Are we on? Are we on? Welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I am your host, Glenn Pooh Harding. And oh boy, we have a very special guest. This basketball head is one of New York City's top DJs and the go-to guy when it comes to tournaments like New York versus New York, Slam Magazine, Brand Jordan, Nike, or any high-level basketball games being held in the city. This is the guy. But before he was spinning records, this basketball head played ball at Sleeping Hollow in Terrytown, New York, before coming back to the city and becoming one of Pacific high school greats, where he led them to an alternative school city championship. After high school, this basketball head attended McLennan Community College before transferring to Navarro College in Texas. See, coming from New York, a lot of us cats went the JUCO route. Some went to Division I, did Prop 48. Whatever we had to do to get there to play ball, that's what we did. But one thing we made sure we did was graduate. So after graduation, he attended Elizabeth City State University in North Carolina. Once his college career came to an end, this basketball head kept going with being cut from the Nets, right? Because in order to get cut, you had to try out. And in order to try out, you had to get picked. And somebody had to kind of invite you down if you didn't pay your way. Well, he made it to the last cut, and also he made the final cuts for several NBA Development League squads. Not looking to give up on his dreams, this basketball head hit the street ball circuit, where he carved out a nickname as the Jump Man for his 45-inch vertical. Damn, that's up there. This basketball head also played for the legendary Harlem Wizards before he went the Hollywood route, after being discovered to play teammate of legendary rapper Common on the Nets basketball team. You know, they kind of brought in the whole Nets when the Nets kind of popped off on the scene. In that movie, that hit movie called Just Right, next to another hip-hop legend in Queen Latifah. By the way, his tryout with the Nets came as a result of his hustle and work ethic. So kids, let that be a lesson for you. You don't have to drop 40 or 50 or even be the best skill player. As long as you have heart and determination, you will get there. So, without further ado, help me welcome to the show, Pacific High School and Elizabeth City State University great, my guy, Laquan Castro, better known to the world as DJ Authorize. Let's go.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Yes. You have just stepped out into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
What's going on, King? What's going on?
Good, man. What's good, man? How you, man?
I'm doing well, man. Yo, that shirt is fire, fam.
I appreciate you, bro. I gotta get you one. I'll get you one, man. I'll get you one. We'll talk about it. I got you.
No doubt. We'll do a fair exchange.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
The exchange, definitely. There
you go, man. So
yes,
listen,
sir.
man, I want to apologize for running late. I had a lot of things going on. I had to get a new phone. Had to get my screen fixed. So I was in the Apple store and they hooked me up. So,
Gotcha.
when you got everything covered, it makes things a little easier. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, man.
So listen, I don't want to waste no time, man. You know how this go. First question of the night. Who introduced you to the game?
Wow. First person to introduce me to the game was my older brother, Vaughn Thompson. He, guess like back in the 80s, I was living in Brownsville since like 86, 85. And I used to always love baseball before I even loved basketball. I hated basketball. Like, no lie, I hated basketball. And, 'cause I'm Spanish, so, it's like it was in the Bronx. And it's like, so it was like stick ball, a little box on the wall. So it was always baseball for me. But then I came to Brooklyn and in Brownsville, like 86, and basketball just took over because it was just like, we really couldn't go outside because we was like so churchy. And my brother used to, I was a creator. I'll get a bunch of hangers, still all my mother's wire hangers, put the gray tape around it, get the net, put it on her door and mess up all her door frames off the whole crib. So one day that's when she finally said, you go outside with that. So, we got milk crates, people standing on milk crates. We used to cut the bottoms out, get the dollar nails from the hardware store. And the rest is history, bro.
Man, listen, you bringing back so many memories, brother.
I'm about to tell my age right now, right?
Listen, it's so good because I know about the hangers on the back of the door. I know about the milk crates.
Yeah, that was the best.
Okay.
That's when you had no ball. You had to get a bunch of old socks and, just like, we were just hooping all day. That's what it was, man, So
Facts.
Yeah,
Hey,
so my older brother's the one that kind of like introduced me to the game, and he was like, was telling me like, yo, this game will get you far. And I was like, all right. I said, I'm not gonna be better than nobody unless I beat you first. So it's like he was like how Michael Jordan looked at his older brother. It was like, I got to get through him to beat anybody. Once I got through my brother, it was nobody else. I ain't see anybody else as competition, to be honest.
Man, I see that's where your confidence comes from, brother.
Yes, sir.
From early on.
Yeah, it was young, man. So, I had a rough childhood, you know what I mean? And like, just like I tell people a lot, the route that I took was like, I was in foster care, like I could talk to you about it. So it's like, because like I said, I got a story to tell, and it's like whoever might be looking might not understand or don't know what I've been through. So it's like, I was in foster care since I was 2. And my mom, like my brother, I call my brother now, is my adopted family, like they adopted me when I was a young age. And so it's like my mom's on drugs. She used to work for Frank Lucas back in the days. And my dad, I love him to death. He's still alive, but he's like, he used to steal tokens from the token booth with the little holes in it,
right.
Doing his dumb stuff. And, so I got up in the system around like 13, when I was 3 years old. So I was in the system from 3 to like 6. And I was in like from 3 to 6, I was in like 9 to 10 different foster homes. So it was like, and I've been through a lot. Like, and I tell people, you ever seen the Antoine Fisher movie? My life was like that times 5, was like tossed in the oven. It was crazy, bro. So it's just like, I had that in me the whole time, not to ever let anything, bring me down ever again.
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing, brother. You came on the right show, right? I work in a special education school. I've been there for the last 22 years, and I've heard those stories. I've dealt with kids that's been in and out of foster care. And matter of fact, when I just look at my own family, when I came home from school, from college, mom's passed away 4 months after I got out of college, and then I had to take care of my nieces because my sisters had a heavy drug problem. You get what I'm saying? So I understand and connect to those situations. But what I want to say to you is that the reason why this is a good show for you to come on, especially tonight, because you're going to inspire some of my kids. My kids be watching my shows, right? And they're going to see you, and then they're going to hear your story and go, damn,
I can do it.
Look where he at now. Look at all the things he accomplished. He didn't let that stop him.
Right.
And boy, wait till they hear the rest of the story, because
that's what I said. That's only the beginning, right?
Like when you went down and what you did with yourself, man, is such an accomplishment. And I just want to say this, not knowing that side of you and knowing and hearing about all the successful things you've done, I just want to say, brother, I'm proud of you, man, and I'm glad to be able to connect.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
For sure.
So, like to finish on, so again, like I said, I came here, like I said, my mom that I am now, and I just told her like, look, I don't want to go back because it was crazy. It was time that I was tied down, beat. Like it was like, and people don't understand. Like I don't look like what I've been through, but it's like I've been through it. You know what I'm saying too? So it's like, there's people out there that just really didn't care. So it's like, and I didn't understand it. So when I finally came to this, my home that I am in now, my mom's like, look, we was always in church. So like, I'm 6 years old. I'm like, yo, lady, look, I can't do this all. I'm talking about church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It was like, I'm in church all day. So I was just like, it was different. But then my older brother, again, he was playing the drums. That's the only reason why I wanted to go to church. So I was like, oh, I want to do that. If I'm gonna come to church, I want to learn how to do that. So I play the drums. And, my mom's, I went to 183. I went to 263 markets all around the hood. And she's like, no, you're not hanging around these guys. And, and back then I didn't understand. But when I grew up now, I was like, Mom, thank you. You know what I'm saying too? Because like we couldn't leave the front yard. We had to be in front of the yard, in front of the gate before the light come on, the street lights come on. None of these kids don't understand that because we feared our moms. We didn't play So, and so it just I kept on. So like I used to have a lot of anger in me. So I just like to get it out of me. I was just like, can I go in the backyard? Can I shoot? And I'll be back there shooting. Just to bother the next door neighbor. He's like, yo, your son, he got to go inside by 9 o'clock. But I'd be out there all night just shooting. So, from then it was just like this basketball just took me to a whole nother level. Like, at first it started with God and then basketball took me to a whole nother level. Then as I got, me and my mom's we went through it and she was just looking up. She like, yo, this is not for you. You got to go somewhere. I was out of control because again, it's like, I didn't feel like she cared about me because I'm just like, all right, she's going to do the same thing that every other home did to me. So I acted up. So I went to St. John's group home when I was like 11 years old, 12 years old. And from there, like some of the staff, like, yo, come on, play basketball. So I used to play, I practice. And then I went to another group home because like my mom's like, nah, that's too much freedom. He can go in and out when he wants to. So I went to a group home called Grand Windham. So that's all the way upstate New York. So I was locked up there for like a year and a half. And, I don't know, a lot of people that know Robbie Rob Wallace, DJ Robbie Rob, me and him was in the same place. And it's like, and back then he was like, yo, get on this music. I'm like, man, I don't want to be no damn DJ. I want to be a DJ. I don't want to be no damn DJ. So, so I kept on playing ball. So like my guy, Uncle Perry, I call him my uncle now because he knew me for a while. Uncle Perry Jones, rest in peace to my man George. I was in Bethune Cottage and it was just I kept on playing. Like I'm talking about these guys is like elbowing us, pushing us. Like it was like they was making us better. And then one day I just got mad. And I just grabbed the ball and I ran to the rim. And I'm talking about, I jumped and like took off. Everybody looked at me like, how old is he? And I was like, at the time, I was thinking of like 5'7", 5'8". Wow. And I just took off. Like, I'm talking about took off. And I'm like, all this is above the rim. So I just threw it there. It was like, yo. And then it's like, so now it's like, now I had to get my jump in with my jump shot all accorded. So it's like, so I went from that group home. I came back home. I started, playing locally. Like I was from, I went to Fort Greene. I used to do with a girl in Fort Greene. And, like my man Tone, Omar Cook, like these the guys I was playing with, Lead Church, Goose. Like I could just keep on naming names, but it's like, I went to Fort Greene and this is when I saw the game was like, it was like this. I'm thinking I'm playing here, but it was a whole nother level. I'm like, because, watching Omar Cook back when I was like 14, 15, this dude throwing passes like this, looking like Magic Johnson. I'm like, yo, who is this? I'm talking about, I'm jumping in the air and the ball is in my hand. I'm like, how? Like, you know what I mean? I'm just throwing it on people. So I'm like, I don't even know how this dude is doing it. And one of my other dudes I met when I was like 15 was like Smush Parker too. We went to, we was at, man, I'm sorry, my bad. Hold on, I'm sorry, y'all.
It's all right. First of all, his ringtone is Biggie. And he got the Biggie shirt on. Definitely Brooklyn all the way. That's when you know you Brooklyn. What up, ballhead? What up, my brother? Appreciate you, King. For everybody, make sure that you come in. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and, spread the word.
Shout out to my brother, and my brother Lenny Cook is on Instagram as well. He got to be in the story. He's definitely in the story. I ain't gonna hold you. I got this.
Yo, Lenny. Yeah, trust me.
Hold on. Let me cook right there.
Yo, Lenny, we gotta connect, fam. We've been sending each other text messages.
I got you. I'll make it happen.
But we've been doing this for like a couple of years now, but we just couldn't work out a date.
Lenny Cook is gonna be in there. I promise you. The same word. Listen, I got you. That's my brother. That's my brother. You understand me? That's my brother.
No doubt.
All right, like I
So
said,
let's go back a little bit because I want to make sure we touch all the bases, right?
yes, sir.
When did you drop baseball? Like, what clicked in you that said, you know what, I'm not doing this no more and I'm focusing on basketball?
Like I said, when I was like 11 or 12, like I said, we used to always play baseball, and then because back then we used to collect baseball cards like the Dwight Goodens and the, like Darryl Strawberry, like, all these guys, like, these cards. So it was like I was always like a baseball fanatic. And back then they was making so much money more than at the time than basketball players. Basketball players wasn't even making that much money compared to baseball players. You know what I mean? So I was like, now I want to play baseball. It's longevity. But then it was like when like around 11 or 12, like I said, it's just my ability of jumping. That's what kind of like, I guess, because I used to always ride bikes, and back in the day, we used to boost bikes and stuff like that. Being from Brownsville, yes, I got into doing dumb stuff. So it's like I was boosting bikes from Brownsville, and also always. And this, I'm telling you, I was boosting bikes when I was in the 4th grade, bro. Like I was a Dennis the Menace. Like I was bad. Like I say, Wilson Guns of God in basketball or music, I would not be here right now. You know what I'm saying? So
I was in terror since the public school era.
yeah, back group. Yeah, exactly. See? Now you understand why I love him so much, right? So I got a crazy story about this one too, though. So so then, like I said, this, like when I went to the group home, that's when I knew I had the jumping ability. You know what I mean? So I kept on, jumping and jumping and jumping. And when I finally came back home, my mom was like, you're doing well, but she's like, yo, you have to go to school. And she's like, look, he's not going to school. And back then, I had a pen petition. So so with those, they already knew you got a pen petition, they locking you up on site. So my mom's had one of those on me. And when I finally, I guess I said, came down with some sense, like, okay, like, is this going to keep on happening to me? And I'm like, you know what? So I went to another group home. I mean, I was just traveling like the different group homes. So I finally went to a group home upstate, another way upstate in Dallas, it's called St. Christopher's. Mm-hmm. And that's when I kind of like I think my life was changing around then, because I was doing well. I'm talking about like I said, I'm 15. At the time I was playing with a lot of people may not know, it's called Westchester Putnam Panthers. It's like it's an Elton Brand. It was me, Elton Brand, back in the days. This is when we used to only live in Peekskill. And I was playing with the traveling team. I'm traveling Massachusetts. My mom's like, he's 15, he's 14. No, he can't go. But it's like, my brother was like, Mom, you got to let him do it. Let him go. It's basketball. He's staying out of trouble. If it's keeping him clear, let him go. So like I said, 15, 16, I'm playing with like Elton Brand. I don't know who Elton Brand at the time who was, but I know it was the big hype. Every time we played, it was just like, they always, all the cameras on him. I'm like, man. So that's when I'm talking about, I'm on the line just doing windmills. Everybody looking at me like, yo, who is this young kid? Like, who is him? So, but again, it was like a lot of anger that I had from, like I said, growing up, I just thought I knew everything at the time, and so I had a mentor, and he came to the group home, and he's like, yo, look, I want to take it to a spot that I think you can excel basketball wise. And I said, well, what's this place? He said, Riverside Church. I'm like, what the hell is that? So he's like, I said, who play ball in church? I said, my church ain't got no team. He's like, no, you're not understanding. This is a whole nother level of basketball. Like any NBA player came through this. And so I went to Riverside and had a tryout. And Coach Dave McCullen was my coach at the time. And I'm hustling, I'm diving for balls. I mean, the gym is about this big. So I'm doing all the little things. And then I just took on a fast break and like almost took off like 2 feet in front of the free throw line. He said, sit down. He said, I don't know who this kid is, but he's going to Paris with me. And I was supposed to go to Paris, and my mom told him no. And I think that's when it's like my life went right back down again, because I'm like, I'm doing what I love. So why can I, continue to do it? So I went back to the group home, and I was doing well. So they sent me up to Terrytown. This is how I ended up in Sleepy Hollow High School. And at the time, so I'm playing against Alston and all the top schools I'm sorry, this is my dog right here. Papa, you got to get down. Sorry. I was, playing against Austin. They had the Twins and playing Dobbs Ferry. I'm playing all these big Hudson on Haston High School. I'm playing all these schools. And at the time, I was averaging like think it was like 26, 27 a game. I was ranked number 5 in the county, in Westchester County scoring. You know what I mean? And like I tell my kids today, like I'm also, like, a lot of people don't know this, but I work in the school system with you as well. So it's like, I went to the coach was like, look, we got practice on this day, but on the weekends I get to go home visit. So I didn't get to go home for like almost like a month because, you know, I was always doing basketball. So I went home that weekend. I came back home. I came back to the school, and he was like, he said, these are the guys that starting. So he's pointing out, but there was only 5 people at practice. So I'm like, how is these guys starting over me if nobody was here at practice? You know what I mean? And at that time, I didn't take it as, and he looked at me as a leader on a team or a captain as a team. And it's like, I just thought it like he was just trying to play me. So I kind of I got angry. Again, like I said, my anger was like, got the best of me at the time. And I was, just like, no, I'm not going nowhere. I said, coach, am I going to play? And I left. I took my jersey off and I went, I sat in the bleachers, and the coach from Peekskill, I swear the coach came to me. This white guy came to me. He said, I didn't come here to see nobody else but you. He said, you are better than that. He said, I feel that you should go in that locker room, apologize, sit on that bench if the coach never put you back in. And I did exactly what he asked me to do. And so after that, after that, I come back. I said, coach, am I coming to practice tomorrow? He's like, coach, he totally ignored me. Didn't say nothing to me. So I said, coach, am I coming to practice? So he tried to slam the door in my face. And, me and him got into it. He called the police on me. And at the time, that's when they're like, yo, look, you can't be here no more. And so they sent me all the way back to Brooklyn. So the principal, loved me to death. She like, look, if you're willing to wake up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, be here by 7, I accept you back at school. So I was traveling from Brooklyn all the way to Terrytown, living in my ex-girl house. Because at the time, my mom didn't kick me out. So she's like, you're not coming back here, until you get yourself together. So I tried it for a while, and it was just like, I said, it's just too much on me. You know what I mean? So I dropped out of school for 2 years out of high school. And so around 18, 19, me and my sister had stomach pain at the same time. And she was diagnosed with cancer, leukemia. So I didn't know what, man. I didn't know what leukemia was. So, So I didn't know what it was. And I was there for a year. She had it for a whole year. Papa, I think I'm all right. I had it for a whole year. And so October, October 8th, she passed away that Friday. And
sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, that kind of woke me up nah, this is 19, you know what I'm saying? So I'm 18, I'm like, my sister's not even here, 19 years old. She didn't do anything, and it's she disappeared. So I just and she always told me, she look, if you have to do whatever you got to do, just do it. You know what I mean? Just trying to make me proud. And this is with her, me talking. She stood, I still visit her every time in Sloan Kettering. So we was always talking. And she look, bro, just do what you got to do. You know what I mean? No matter what you and mommy go through, just do what you got to do. And so that's when I went to, rest in peace to another guy, Willie Howie. And he took me to Monroe High School. And he's like, look, you got to, he's like, you want to do it, go get your DD. And so I tried it. And it was I'm in there with grown folks. And I'm like, nah, this is not it. It's something's not right. So I finally I met the coach named Martin Smallhorn. He's now he's a principal at the YABC up in the Bronx. Mm-hmm. And he said, what you trying to do with your life? I said, I'm trying to go to college. I want to go to college. I want to play ball. Because my best friend Rob Patterson, he introduced me because he went to that school. And he was like, what you trying to do with your life? I said, I'm trying to get my GED. I'm going to go to school. And he said, you want to do what? I said, I want to get my GED. He said, oh, he said, didn't even graduate. I said, huh? He said, yeah, didn't even graduate. So when you read it backwards, GED, didn't even graduate. Right. So I'm I was stuck too, what are you talking about? So I said, you know what? He said, you got a year to prove to me. Back then it was RTC. So I had to pass my math and I think science. And I went to Pacific High School. Like I said, I averaged almost 30, 40. I show you the highlights. So I was averaging 30, 40 at the time in high school. And against Adrian Walton, David, I could remember, oh my gosh, I can't think of the school right there. They used to be Satellite,
Satellite, yes, facts. The old boys and girls, the old boys, yes.
High school, like I'm talking about Sleepy, all these guys that older. I'm playing against all these guys, and so the championship game we lost to Bronx Regional, and we lost to them by I guess they had Dave, they had Adrian Walton, they had all these guys from Harlem. So it was just like me and a couple other guys from Brooklyn. So I was just like they beat us by 7. Everybody's still gonna say it's my fault because, long story short, this is a funny story. So I was waiting for Ernie Leutch because he, I didn't know he was going for the Harlem guys. So it's like he's told me the Space Jams are coming out. I'm talking about this is back in '99. So I'm like, oh, Space Jams. I'm waiting for my Space Jam. I come in halftime at the championship game. Do you believe that? Halftime, and we was down 20 something. Came at halftime. I'm talking about we came back. We down 4 points. So this is a play I remember called Horse. So my guy Roscoe. He had the little point guard scared, so he passed him the ball 3 times in a row, 3 turnovers in a row, and we lost by 9. So they still pointed and said it was my fault. But that same year we won the softball championship because it was a co-ed for thing. So I was like, look, I was like brought something back to the school, and so after that, Ted Gus was at 275.
Yes, the legendary Ted Gustis, and I want to go just. Go back to what you said, the Space Jams, and then you look behind you. We're gonna get into those things behind you as well. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into those in the house. But what was your relationship with Ted Gustis and how did he get in your life?
Ted Gus been in my life since I was young. Like I said, since I was 14, 15, because when I was younger, we used to always go to PAL back then or Big Apple games, that people might not know. And I used to play against, all them guys. I used to play against, Ted Gus. I'm talking about Ted Gus. I'm like, yo, this dude is just too nice. Like, So I kind of watch him and just, watch him being from Brownsville and, World Be Free, Earl the Pearl Monroe, rest in peace. These guys, I'm watching these guys at BRC like, yo, he's like, yeah, these guys playing in the NBA. I'm like, NBA? Like, oh, so I was like, so Ted Gus, he's like, listen, you do me a favor. You graduate from high school. You come back here with a high school diploma. I promise you, I'll get you a scholarship. So at the age of 15, when I was going through with my mom's, I told my mom, I said, watch, you would never have to pay for college for me. I'm going to get it. So she's like, yeah, whatever. And at 19 years old, I went and showed Ted Gus my thing. He said, hold on for a second. Made a call to McLennan. And the next day, literally, it was a full-blown scholarship. The coach never seen me play or anything. And I saw you had Jake on your thing.
That's right, yeah. Yeah,
because we used to do his tournament he used to have back in the Feline tournament.
Show me what you got.
Show me what you got. I want, bro. If Jake was on here, Jake would tell you like the dunk. I won every dunk contest he has ever thrown. I won every last one of them. I'm talking about guys that's 6'7", 6'8". I used to take I'm talking about take off. It was crazy, and so so he came to Jake's show me what you got All-Star game. So it's me, Quincy Doubley. I mean, I could just name names all day. You know what I'm saying, too? So me and him is going at it. I'm talking about me and Q is just going. I'm talking about at it. We going at each other's neck. And coach was like, say less. I'm good. So I flew out the next day to go to Waco. Everybody's like, you going to Waco? Did you know what happened in Waco? I'm like, no, I don't give it. I'm from Brooklyn. I don't care what happens in Waco. You know what I mean? So now, like I said, I'm in Waco now. It's a whole different experience. I'm a New Yorker. My swag is on 1,000 million, and not understanding that being out there, you can't, Southern people is more laid back, more calm, more collective. And like I said, that got the best of me, my attitude and stuff like that. And so, they fired the coach for whatever reason. And so I told the coach, I told the AD, I said, I don't want to be here no more. He said, why? I said, because I don't know you, I don't trust you, and I have, issues, trusting people like that. He's like, nah, you can trust me as long as you do what you got to do, da-da-da. So I stayed, made rookie of the week many times. I was averaging 19 points a game at the time as a freshman. And so I was like, who's this guy right here? That's Vinny Johnson. I was like, well, what's his average? So I was like, I wasn't competing against the guys. I was like, I want to beat him. You know what I mean? And so we used to go on the weekend. We would go to Baylor University. I used to play against John Lucas III. That's my other guy. That's my brother for life. And, we have to play against him. And when he told me like, yo, bro, you're a problem. He said, but you just got to be level-headed. You got to know how to keep cool. And so one game, another crazy story. I'm dribbling the court and we play in San Jacinto. San Jacinto was like Wright, you know, how they are.
Always, every year.
Yeah, San Jacinto, Long Morris, Trinity Valley. I'm talking about, this is like, people don't understand like competition that I had to go through daily at, you know, being in the JUCO. And I'm like, yo, this is like almost better than Division I.
It's the North Carolina and Dukes of that world.
Exactly. Right. So it's like, you know what I mean? So you like the Howards, the, you know, all the best schools in Kansas, like, you know, so it's like, you know, and it's like Texas, Kansas, and Florida was all the top JUCOs back then at the time. So I got the ball. I went to go dribble, and my teammate just literally like fell in front of me, collapsed, died on the court. So I was just like, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, you know, me being spiritual, me being holy, me being godly. I told, you know, I had a church family out there that took care of me, that, you know, anything that, you know, like they always, you know, made sure I was good. And I bought them all to church and stuff like that. And long story short, things didn't work out with, you know, with these things. And it's like people going back behind my back, talk to my girlfriend. So, you know, me being a New Yorker, like I wasn't trying to hear that. Like, I'm going to fight everybody. And then, you know, the AD was like, look, you got to be off the team and all this other stuff. I said, for what? Like, so I said, see, this is why I didn't want to be here, because I couldn't trust you. So I finished out the year, graduated, not graduated, but I, you know, finished out the year, make sure I, you know, had all my grades. And I played against a school called Navarro College at the time, the one you was talking about. And this is when I transferred from McLennan to Navarro. And my guy, Coach Orr, he's like the most winners coach in a JUCO college winning. I think he got almost 1,000 wins or something like that. And Coach Estelle, yes, Coach Orr. You look him up. His name is Coach Orr, and Coach Estelle's another guy. So me and him kind of connected. He's like, yo, you know what you're doing this year? I was like, I'm going to leave McLennan. He said, well, you want to come here? I said, sure, I'll come. My first year, and Coach Orr looked at me. He said, look, I'm not giving you nothing. I don't care how good you think you are. He said, you got to earn the scholarship. If you want to earn it, you're going to prove it to me by redshirting this year, passing all your classes, making sure this is what you want. So I still did, you know, I redshirted my second year. And so from there, I played my second year. So now, you know, I'm getting in the flow. Things is going good. I'm talking about from Wichita State, Indiana State, Bowling Green, Evansville. I'm talking about the whole coaching staff was coming to see me, because we did the workout camp, not workout camp, but like a JUCO, you know, all-star camp at Oral Roberts. And, you know, so like, I'm just up and down. I'm like this, shooting. I wasn't dunking. So like, then I was developing my shot. So, you know, they come in. So I say, hey, coach, this is I was getting letters like this. I said, coach, look, I don't want all this attention. I just want to stay focused, you know, So we on our way to play Paris. Paris is a JUCO in Texas. So we went to Paris, Texas to beat them. He was the number 2 seed. So we finally, we beat them that day. I mean, it was a gritty game, but we beat the brakes off of them. And on our way back, we trying to find Cece's Pizza, and we got lost. It's another crazy story. And so we made a U-turn, trying to go up the opposite way to where we was coming from. And I had one of the coach's phone, and I took it out of my pocket. He's like, he needs his phone, so I went to go give it to him. So like, bro, when I mean literally like in 2.5 seconds, like I turned around, all I heard was like a truck. I'm talking about split the other van in half with all my teammates in it. So I just turned around like, did this just happen? You know what I mean? So I'm the first one. I run out the van, and I'll show you pictures later, but there's a picture where the actual front door is bent backwards. Because I was the first, because all my teammates was just like stuck. They couldn't do nothing. So I bent the door backwards, and I looked. My coach, Coach Orr was still strapped in the seatbelt. There was 4 people in the front row of the car. So there's 2 people by the steering wheel, 2 people in the front passenger seat. There was where it was bent at, where the impact happened at. The guy, one of the kids' name is Jason. His father, like, during the memorial service, his father was telling me like I just want to thank Castro, because without you, he would have never been here. I hate telling these stories. All right. So he's like, yo, without you, you would have never been here.
So hold on. I want you to get your composure real quick. You bent the door
backwards.
So I've heard these stories many times on television when people are are in tragic situations or in accidents, they're able to have superhuman strength.
No, it was true. It was like it's something I've never felt in my life, and it's like something I've never thought I was capable of doing, like bending a whole front van door, like bending it backwards. Like I literally like opened it up because I just want to make sure everybody. And the only thing I heard was like everybody just moaning, groaning, and I heard all of it. And the guy that I helped get on the basketball team, he was the first one like gone, and he didn't die yet. But I just looked at him because I've never seen it. Like every bone in your body is like out your skin. Imagine that. So it's like every bone. And I just looked at him. I said, "Rest in peace, Jason." Which I got them both on my arm. So his name, one is Jason, the other one's Paul. And Paul was like an African kid that, because in Navarro they brought international kids from Africa and things like that. And I was like very close with him. So he was another one that I helped get on the team because he was always getting cut. And he's like, "Yo, can you help me? You seem like you." So I started help them. So them two got on the team. It's because I pushed them and I drove them to get on the team. So Paul is, when he got on the impact, he got sent out. So when the van flipped, it landed on top of him. So when the van landed on top of him, so it was like about 30, 40 minutes, people looking for him. And I just said it to my mind. I said, "Paul, where you at?" And I swear clearly like that. I said, "Paul, where you at?" And he said, and the only thing I heard, and I'm being people like think it's a joke, but it's like I heard he's like, "I'm right here." So when I turned, so like the corner of the van, like, so this is the long part, like the corner of the van was on top of him and his hands are in the air like this. And if you, like I said, I'll show you the picture and you'll see where the sheet is at. The sheet, that's his hands holding up the sheet. You know what I mean? So it's like them two had a connection. So we went to the hospital. They say, "Look, Jason didn't make it." And I was like, I already knew it because I've just like this his breathing complications. I just saw it all. And I literally didn't sleep for like 3 days straight. Like I was up like this for 3 days straight. And, so the coach was like, "What do y'all want to do? Do you want to continue the season?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do." Like I said, I think we should. You know what I mean? I said, if I wasn't here, I want y'all to continue the season. So I was like kind of like the spokesman for the whole team. I had to be that strong one at 19, 20. But again, it's because of my life and what I've been through already. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I got through abuse and molestation and all that stuff, this shouldn't be anything. So I kind of like was that anchor for my team. And it's like to this day, my brother still is like, "Yo, I thank you. Without you, I thought I was dead." And I was like, "Don't thank me. It was God that did it." You know what I'm saying? God just put me in the right place at the right time. So now after the whole season, we make it all the way to the regionals and everything. I mean, we winning games, we blowing people out. I mean, with 6, 7 people everybody else we got was like red shirts. So we winning with red shirts and 5. It's like 6 starters, like 6 of us, and like everybody was red shirts. So we winning. And then like the last game on Long Morris got the best of our ass. We beat Temple, and then Long Morris got the best of us. So Long Morris put a whooping on us. I was so mad about it, but and now going towards the end of the season, like 2006, 2007 in the summer, and Evansville just backed out. Like I was like, "All right, I'm going to Evansville. This is what I'm gonna do." Evansville just pulled out like, "Oh, you only 5'11", 6 feet. We're looking for a shooter that's da 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 da." I said, "Cool." So I tried to do an NAI school. I couldn't do it because I'm talking about I took a plane. Coach, I swear, I took a plane from Navarro College, 4 hours into Texas. Now, I'm not out of Texas. I'm talking about into Texas. I'm like, hell no. So I'm like, I told my mom, I think, "Ain't nobody ever gonna come see me." I think they'll throw me in the woods somewhere. They'll never find me. I said, "Nah, this ain't for me, Coach." I mean, it was a cool NAI school, but it just didn't feel right for me. So one of my guys from Navarro, he went to Elizabeth City. Shout out to my brother, Coach Walker, Sean Walker. And he's like, "Yo, the coach is looking for a shooter." Coach, I'm talking about I have nowhere to go. This is August. I have nowhere to go. Nowhere. I didn't panic. I graduated in May. I don't have nowhere to go. So I said, "All right." I just sent them the tape. I said, "It's what it is. I came home in the summer. I played everywhere. I played, West Forth. I played at the time, I think it was the best of the best. I think it was the best out of Philly, played the best out of New York at Rucker Park. And Coach Paul, remember Coach Paul from my Gachos and all that stuff, like, "Yo, come out and play." So I played in Kingdom. I was playing all over the place. And one day, Coach called me. He's like, "Hey, you Castro?" I was like, "Yeah." I said, "What's up?" He said, "It's Sean Walker. I like what I saw. I'm sending you a scholarship tomorrow." I said, "Huh?" Like, he's like, "Yeah, I'm sending you a scholarship tomorrow." I said, "Okay, bet." So now I got all this hair on my head. So I'm like, all right, I'm ready to roll. So I go down to North Carolina. We drive down there, and I flew down there, and we had a 2-hour workout. I missed one shot in 2 hours.
Wow.
I'm telling you, one shot in 2 hours. And like, if God is my way, I wish Walker would tell you. Like, he looked at me, he's like, bro, I've never seen nothing like you. Like,
you was playing like your life depended on it, bro.
That's it.
2 shots?
2 shots out of 2 hours. I'm talking about dunking. Like, so, before, with the guards, they'll just grab the rebound, take it, and go back up. I was taking off the glass and just torn. Like, I'm just like, I'm giving it everything I got. I'm like, this is my last chance. I have nowhere to go. This is my last chance. So I made a team.
Hold on. Tech, fam. And these are positive texts, fam. Let me explain something to you, brother. Because I'm trying to soak it all in, right? Because when guys usually tell me, yo, my story is crazy. And usually it is. But your story and Tiki Mabin from Troy, New York, and a few others, but that's the one that kind of come to me. I have yet to hear a story like yours. His is a story on a different level, but yours and what you were able to do with your life, man, you are inspiration, brother. Thank you. I don't know whether it's going to be a documentary, movie, or book.
But that's what I told you. That's why I said I'd rather do it on yours. Like, I'd rather let it,
because I know there's a lot more that we probably can't even tap into.
There's a whole lot more to go. Right. I know. There's a whole lot more.
But what I'm saying is, from the abuse to the anger issues to just things that you had to go through, put yourself in survival mode, to caring about others, right? Mm-hmm. Even sometime before you, and the man that you came to, I just think you are inspiration.
Thank you.
Hearing just pieces and pieces of your story, I'm sitting here, yo, brother. I got but chills is running through my veins. I'm telling you, and I'm just saying to myself, I'm going to play this for my kids. Because I'm also a mentor as well. And then you talked about you having a mentor, right? And then all those people who kind of stepped in as mentors or coaches who kind of changed your life for the better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Not having a father figure, being from Brownsville, it was like Biggie said, you're going to sling crack or have a wicked jump shot. Facts. It was the thing for me. It was the jump shot for me, you know what I mean? So I was like, now I seen too many my friends died, and at a young age, living in Brownsville, you know what I mean? So it's like, if I if I could survive Brownsville, I could survive any damn thing. So I was like, it was what it was, you know what I'm saying too? So after like I said, after the 2-hour workout, I did what I had to do, did my thing, and I went from the first year didn't do too well, but second year did well, and then 2007 we won the CIAA. We beat Virginia Union.
Now you going now to Elizabeth City, coming from Texas, and then you was in Brownsville before that, and then you was up in Sleepy Hollow. All these different transitions you had to make. How was the transition to Elizabeth City State University once you finally landed at a school where you could continue your basketball career, also get your education?
I mean, like back then, I didn't see what was the importance of it, but at the time, I was in an HBCU school. You know what I mean? It was just all of me. I didn't see, there was no whites, like straight up.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So, and I didn't understand the importance of it, like, graduating from HBCU school and, going to an HBCU school. I didn't understand the importance of it. It's just that I didn't want to be home. I didn't want to stay in New York. I was like, I'm tired of playing these same guys over and over and over. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I killed half of them. So it's just like, I didn't care. Like I dropped 50, 60 on people. I mean, 15 threes. I'm talking about I was shooting before Stephen Curry. Like, you know what I mean? It was just like, I was shooting in the gym. Like, you know what I mean? I was doing that way before because we didn't have Instagram or anything to go viral with.
Facts.
So, you know, like I said, then playing against my brother Lenny Cook. I didn't know who he was. I'm playing him against West Fork. They're like, you know who that is? I'm like, no, I don't care who that is. They're like, that's Lenny Cook. I'm like, what? I said, what are you, his cheerleader, or are you gonna play ball against the dude? Like, which one you want to do? You know what I'm saying? So like, I ain't gonna lie, the dude finished with 45 and 18, but I had like 37, and 10, and he looked at me, I looked at him, and and ever since then, from like 16 to 17 when we met, we've been locked like this to this day. To this day, we still locked in. And the same thing when I was playing for Riverside, and we playing against Aim High at the time. I didn't know who Talik Brown was. This dude coming down the court, I'm like, yo, who is this dude? They're like, yo, that's Talik Brown. I'm like, I don't care who that is. Let's kill these dudes and go. I'm talking about I had 40-something. Kevin Jackson came to me like, yo, do you want to come to Aim High? I'm like,
Kevin Jackson.
I said, what's Aim High? He's like, oh, that's Kenny Smith. I said, who's Kenny Smith? Like, you know what I mean? Because again, I was just so Brownsville. Like I didn't see anything. I was just so hood, so Brooklyn, so everything. So he's like, oh, this is Kenny Smith. So when I seen Kenny Smith, we went to the Fundy back, up in Houston. He had a team Aim High. He put us in like a hotel. We was at the Circus Hotel. I'm talking about we 17, 18, like living like kings. I'm like, how? You know what I mean? He taped my ankle. I said, Kenny Anderson, I'm gonna always remember you. I mean, Kenny Smith, I'm gonna always remember you taped my ankle with the
it was Vincent. It was the Vincent Smith,
Vincent Smith,
his
right?
older brother, Vincent. Yes.
FIT. We played at FIT because FIT wanted me to come. Globe Institute wanted me to come. Nassau Community College. I mean, every community college. I said I don't want to stay in New York, so that's why it made the transition so easy to go to North Carolina. I'm like, this is a different vibe. It's a different environment. It's a new connection, new friends, new people. And like I said, when I got there, I just felt welcomed. You know what I mean? And it was just like Coach Rube. He had a family member that stayed down there. My aunt, I call her my aunt to this day. Still to my aunt to this day. She took care of me while I was down there, made sure I was good, home cooked meals, and everything. So it's like, wow, look at this dude. He said, remember the wheelchair classics at Nazareth? Like,
Floyd Potts.
Yeah, Floyd.
He's in here. He's in here big time. Mike Garrett, James F is in here.
That's crazy. He's bringing up classics. These are stories I forget about. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's bringing up and that's the time I think I had 17 3-pointers that day. I couldn't miss. Like I could not miss.
He said your jump shot was crazy. He had mad house.
Yo, I could not miss. I could not miss, bro. Like I'm telling you, I was a different breed. You know what I mean? I wasn't in that circle to where like, oh, I need to be ranked. I didn't care. You put the ranked people in front of me, I'm gonna show you what I do to them. That's how.
Right.
I mean, they said, I know I shoot better than you. Yeah, that's my guy James Faulkner. What happened was we worked in a group home together, and we had a shooting game, and that's how we used to. Oh my God, we used to like just go back and forth. I ain't gonna lie, he beat me a couple times. I ain't gonna hold you. He's an OG. He's 50 years old, but he can shoot. So like I said, that transition to North Carolina was so easy because like I just didn't want to be in New York no more. You know what I'm saying? I said me being in New York, and that's why I tell kids to this day, like, you don't have to stay in New York. You don't have to be cool. You don't have to do what you see everybody else do. Get out of New York. There's so much more. And I think that's how I got to expand and broaden my horizon, just being, at another place, like going to Texas and going to North Carolina, and then, and again, just intertwining with the right people, and like around, I think I said around 2007, after I left, I came back home because, I didn't graduate, but I was just like, yo, look, I want to play pro ball. So I met Junkyard Dog from Toronto. Why can't I think of his name? What's his name?
Jerome.
Yep, Jerome Dog. I'm sorry, Jerome. If you're watching, my bad, yo.
Hold on. I got because KT talking.
So Jerome, he looked at me. He's like, "Yo, bro, you could play." And this is when we playing. Shout out to Mr. Bowens.
Jerome Williams.
Yep, Jerome Williams. Yep.
Yes.
So we played. I was playing in Last Man Standing. No, before Last Man Standing, I was playing the N1. And I see Babito. You got Babito in the background.
That's my guy.
Yeah. So we was at MSG, and I knew he was the dude that was nice. PR. I'm playing against all these dudes and all Speedy and all these other guys. So I just took off. I'm talking about from the hash mark. Babito right underneath me. He sent me this picture every time he pops up, and I took off. He looked at me. He said, "Yo, bro, who are you and what are you?" Like, yo, like how? So I made it in the building. I played and everything. So from then, that's what Mr. Bowens, he started doing the Last Man, Last Man Standing. I went to Connecticut. I beat some guys. I went to the Harlem. I beat some other guys, and this is when we went to the Garden, and that's when I met Jerome. I met John Starks, and the crazy story is this is a good story. It's not a bad story. Nothing bad. So what happened was I was playing against they call him the homicide killer, the little Long Island kid that beat Homicide in the first round. Yes, he beat Homicide in the first round. Like everybody was stunned. Like Homicide, this is when the Homicide with the mohawk, the one.
Yeah.
Homicide. He was like, that was a different Homicide. You know what I mean? So I'm looking. I'm like, oh. So I was like, all right, I beat him, got him out the way quick. So now the guy Aces, Brian Koltovich, he's beating me. I swear, 9-2. Game is 11. We in the Garden. He's beating me 9-2. I took it. So you know what the Knicks logo is? It was 5 shots in a row and beat him. Came back and beat him 11-9. Yo,
what he was pushing you back, or you was stepping back?
I was doing step back because I'm like, this because he can shoot. I'm like, okay. So when he was shooting, I just took it 2 steps further. I'm shooting from the logo. If John Starks was wrong with it, they would tell you, like, I'm talking about shooting from the logo. The logo. And to this day, Brian Koltovich will tell you, like, yo, he beat me. I said, yo, bro, stop talking about this story, man. It's old, man. You know what I mean? So now I'm about to play Speedy now to go to the championship. This is like, so if whoever wins the last man standing gets to play, get a workout with the Nets. I mean, with the Knicks at the time. You get a workout with the Knicks and do all that other stuff. So I was like, oh, cool. Like, oh, I'm about to kill this dude. Like, Speedy, man, that above the rim shit, I'm about to blow this dude out. No. I didn't know how this dude played. Hey, motherfucker, just doing all the, like, he just knew all the tricks. And I mean, he wasn't hitting no jump shot. So every time I played, he's sitting on the sideline watching me. I'm like, why is this dude watching me? Like, you're a legend. You're good. Like, he's hitting shots, doing little things to me, trying to, frustrate me. And he beat me, I think it was like 11-9. And he told me, he's like, yo, bro, if you understand the game, you're going to beat a lot of people. So he's like, watch what I'm going to do to this guy. He told me, I'm going to go side to side, and I'm going to beat this guy. And literally, when he did that, he beat him at 45. He had a workout with the Knicks.
So Speedy's something different. And he was a lot older than dudes and still killing them. And they had no idea how he was doing it.
IQ was on another level.
His IQ and his basketball acumen is on another level. Facts.
Yeah. So after that, that's when Jerome called me. He's like, look, I got a team in Quebec. You want to go you want to play in the ABA? So I went to Quebec for a while, played over there. Went to Montreal, played for the Montreal Stars, and came back home. And that's where I met Eric Jones and everybody else like that. So he's like, yo, you want to play with this Harlem Wizards? I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, I'm like, look, I'm done with basketball. Like, if basketball ain't gonna get me where I need to go, I'm like done. He's like, no, you get to do this, you get to travel. And I'm thinking that was like the best 5 years of my life. I'm talking about I was never home playing, playing when I was with the Wizards. Like went to 50 states. The only state I never been was Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, and maybe whatever, Alaska. I ain't never been like this. We've been to every state.
That's real.
And I was talking about I was like the dunker, so it was like at the time I had to work my way up. So I'm dunking like 10 times, 11 times a game. This dude looking at me like, you ain't tired? I'm like, no, why? He's like, you can't dunk so much. You got to give it time. Give the kids a prayer. I'm like, nah, I'm giving the kids what they want to see. Like, I'm the shortest, I'm dunking. And then the guy on the mic, he's like, man, he could jump, man. And that's when Jumpman, established. So then,
wow.
So I'm playing with the Wizards, going, and we went overseas. We went to Taiwan. I did my thing, and so it was kind of like a tragic kind of thing. So it's like one of the showmen had a pin in his sock, and he forgot to take it out. So like I had that Dominique had the buckle with the knees. I went to take off from the hash mark. Knees done buckled. I was just like, I'm never gonna be the same, or it's hurting. And so I went to a therapist, and she got me back like it was nothing. Like it was nothing. So I just like, you know what, I did a little bit, a couple more, and I'm just like, nah, this is not gonna be for me. Cause like I'm getting old. I'm like about 30 something at the time. And I'm just like,
right.
I gotta find something I love to do. So that's when I started working in the group homes. And like I said, me and James Faulkner, we was working in the group homes together, working with the kids. And an incident happened there with one of the kids, like 21 years old, telling me SMD. And I'm like, bro, I'm from Brownsville. You ain't gonna talk crazy to me. Like, you know what I mean? So I didn't really do anything to him, but it's like, He tried to light my car on fire. Like it was just like it was bad like that. So I'm like, yo, I've been here for 3 years, never had an incident. And Anton Merchant, and you know anybody that know Anton Foxy
That's
Brown.
my guy. That's my guy. Yeah, we all came up together.
Anton,
Yeah.
So Anton at the time, well, let me. I'm sorry, I'm going too far back. Let me go back further. So
Okay.
after the Harlem Wizards, it was more okay. Life after basketball was for me. So I was like, what can I do?
That was my next question, right?
Yeah.
We talked about the transition into the real world. How was that transition? Because I speak to guys, you know, I had NBA players on here, college players, and a lot of them say it's difficult after ball because we spend so much time playing ball. That transition is a little bit difficult. How was it for you?
It was kind of easy, and I'm saying that to say this because it's like I never let myself get down just because one thing happened. Again, because once again of what happened in my life. You know what I mean? So it's like it kind of like brought me easier to say, you know what, this is the easier transition. I can do this so easily. So I went from like I said, playing with the Harlem Wizards to where I was like, I asked, shout out to my guy Rick Rivers. Rick Rivers is the originator that started Authorize. And I'm gonna tell you the crazy story how that happened.
Ricky Rivers from Fun Sport.
Ricky Rivers. I'm telling you, Jake, when I saw you had all these guys, that's all my dudes, like, you know what I mean? Like, so Rick Rivers, I'm playing, remember he used to have that $3,000 tournament at BRC.
Yeah.
Now look at the guys I'm playing with, Money Inc. at the time. No, I wasn't playing with Money. I was playing with TNA Express. So at the time, we playing against Money Inc. They had Mookie, they had Bam, they had Bird from Syracuse, they had Murder, they had who else they had? They had everybody from Brownsville, everybody from Brooklyn on that team. And so like, you know, I was dunking on the sideline doing all this shit. So Coach Rick Rivers, like, he's, you know, Rick Rivers on the mic at the time. Oh, who authorized you to shoot? So I'm looking at this dude like, yo, bro, like, don't be disrespectful. Like, and you know, I didn't know who Rick Rivers was at the time. I'm like, yo, bro, don't be disrespectful. This is what I do. Yeah, we gonna see. Boy, I cooked them. You understand me? I cooked them all the way to the last 4 minutes of the fourth quarter. I had to sit like I was so tired. And we lost by 4. Everybody like, you should never sat him that long. Like, got mad at the coach. So then Rick got on the mic like, oh, I authorized this. Oh, I authorized you. I authorized you to shoot. Like, you know what I mean? So when I was in a group home, you know, I used to DJ for like little events. And I'm like, yo, I was going to name myself DJ such and such. I Googled it. It's a such thing, DJ such and such. I like DJ Castro.
Hold on. Time out. Yo, hold on. Because you threw me off because I thought you was going to say, you know, because I was going to name myself DJ such and such and then say the name afterwards.
No, I was going to name myself DJ such and such because I didn't take it serious. Like it's whatever. Yeah, it's DJ such and such. Such as my guy Ken Fennell on there, man. You know, over there at McDonald All American. He's doing his thing over there. Proud of you, man. I got a crazy story about him too. So Rick Rivers is like, you know, so I just like, you know, I was like, yo, and then that Rick Rivers thing hit me in my head. I said, Authorize, DJ Authorize. And I Googled it. Nothing came out DJ Authorize, and DJ Authorize was born. So I went to Rick Rivers one day. He used to have his, you know, his event back then at 113 at the time. Remember way back when.
Yeah.
At 113. And so I said, yo, Rick, let me DJ. He looking at me like, man, you're no damn DJ. You're a basketball player. I said, bro, let me DJ. He said, what you can do that you ain't, you know, that I've never seen before. I said, Rick, let me just do this. This is 2011, 2012. And I'm gonna say this proudly and loudly. And no DJ started this sound effect shit until me. I started it. I want everybody to understand that I'm the originator for street ball sound effects. Point blank period.
Yo, hold on.
Point blank. You can think about any time back in the days, it was never a DJ, never doing the stuff that I was doing. Ever.
I've been around, fam. I've been around.
You hear everybody doing it now, right?
You see me, right? You see me. I'm at all the spots. The spots.
Yep.
Let me tell you, you are the number one DJ when it comes to anything basketball. When I'm at the game, I feel like I'm at the Garden. I'm at the Barclays Center.
Yeah, remember you at South Shore at that South when you at the South Shore game.
I told you, I said, yo, fam, yo, you're the illest. I said, yo, you're the illest. And I first noticed it at the New York. I took a picture of you because that's why I took a picture of you. I just looked up, I was like, damn, yo, he killing this shit. So I just went out, took a picture.
No, I appreciate that.
Instagram. Because for me, I like authenticity. You get what I'm saying? So the fact that, you know, the sound effects for the moment, right? You capture those moments, right? Where we're watching it and then you paint that picture in our mind and it's stuck there forever. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely give you props for that, fam. I could definitely vouch for that. No one. And listen, bro, I'm a keep it a buck. You know, I run a Brevo basketball league.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna bless you this year. I promise you. You got my word. I already told you. One of my days up, I'm definitely coming in. I'm gonna shut that joint down for you. You have my word.
I appreciate you. Yo, cause I'm gonna tell my, you know, our house DJs like, yo, you need to watch my guy because he is definitely the joint. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, even I had my mic guy when I had Cha-Ching up here. My mic guy hit up Cha-Ching on the Instagram, got his number, and got some tips from him.
That's what he's supposed. He gives back. That's what Cha-Ching.
Yo, I love that, man. And salute to Cha-Ching. I appreciate you, bro. Cause my young guy, who said, and he was actually one of my former students that I used to teach a long time ago. Right. But he was saying, you know, yo, Mr. Harding, you know, I got in contact with Cha-Ching because I told him, I said, yo, bro, we stepping it up this year. So you need to be on point. And you see all the guys who I'm interviewing. He told me he would give you some tips. And when I spoke to the kid, he said, no, I already spoke to him. I was so proud of him for that. Because a lot of guys, they so caught up in their egos, they scared to ask for help. They scared to hit up a guy. And Cha-Ching being so open and honest that he is, gave the kid the number, and it's been on and popping ever since, man. So
that's shout out to Cha-Ching, man. That's my bro right there. So
sure, you're definitely the official #1 DJ fan.
So like I said, so Rick Rivers, like, what, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm gonna bring something different that they, you know, that they just, you know, I didn't actually see. I'm gonna bring the NBA into the regular street ball. He's like, how you gonna do that? So I'm hitting him with the sound effect. He was like, yo, what the hell? Like, then it's like it went from doing his fun sports to where, like I said, I see like Kenneth Pennell in there, you know, and that's the time I didn't have a lot of music. So I'm like, yo, Ken, like, I need some music. So I used to go to his house. He like, yo, look, this is how you do it. You mix it, you blend, da da da. And I'm like, okay, I got that. But I was like, but I said, I need all the music. I don't know how to download music. So he's giving me music, pounding music on me. And that's when I started doing Rose Classic with Joe Pope, the legendary Joe Pope. And I mean, we was in there, we killed it. Like, it was just like, just doing things like, say, for instance, a girl fall and get crossed over. I was like, no, she wasn't ready. Like, so I'm like, and people like, how you come up with this idea? And people, like I said, because a lot of people don't know that I played the game almost at every level. Well, matter of fact, I played at every level. I went high school, college, overseas, NBA. You know what I mean? Just, I don't care if it was a week or 2 weeks, I made it there. So it's like, I did it at every level. So at the time, like I said, when I was DJing and stuff like that, you know, Antar hit me up. He's like, yo, bro, like, you amazing. He's like, yo, I got something for you. I said, what is that? He's like, yo, I got this workout. They, you know, to be in a movie. I said, a movie? I said, for what? He was like, I think he's like, it's like called Just Right. I'm like, all right, I'll go. So we went to BRC and Mookie like did it in and out. I'm talking about he threw the shit from half court. I took, yo, coach, right on somebody's head. The director said, come in. Sir, can you come in? He said, you sit down. You in the movie. He's like, you're not going over. You're in the movie. He said, you ain't got to do no more. So, like I said, so now I'm in the movie with like Andre Barrett, Common, Queen Latifah, Paula Patton, you know, mom from the Cosbys. I mean, Angie Martinez. I'm talking about all study like, wow, this is different. So then the actual Nets coach was there. So when the coach is like, look, if you can score me 3 times in a row, I give you an opportunity. I said, to do what? He said, to play for the, like, to, he said, yeah. Man, I went up this guy chest like 3 times. He's like, yo, bro, 1, you too strong. I didn't know you was this strong. And he's like, you know what? Come down. So I went to We went to Secaucus, New Jersey, where the old Nets, practice facility used to be at. And I'm talking about Frank Lawrence was the coach at the time. Rafer Alston, shout out to my guy Rafer Alston. Keon Dooley, he took me under his wing as soon as I got there. Courtney Lee, Brooke Lopez, like is another great dude, man, great guy. T. Williams. So we all there working out, and I'm talking about I'm guarding 94 feet. It's like I'm doing everything they asked me. I'm talking about I'm getting breakfast cooked for me. I'm like, yo, this is a life that I don't understand. Like why people not, I'm in the gym. I got there at 8 o'clock in the morning. I ain't leave till 5 p.m. And the athletic director like, yo, you gotta go, man. Like you're in the actually official NBA guy yet. So so the time before preseason, preseason training camp came, Will Bynum from the Detroit Pistons at the time, the point guard, he took my position, and Frank Lawrence was like, look, I love your enthusiasm, I love your effort. Like he's like, don't stop. Don't let it stop you here. Just keep it, just keep on pushing. And, Bobby Sims, a great friend of mine. I went to Chicago not too long ago. Me and him connected. He got his own club. And it's like just all through, networking and being a positive person, not letting my attitude like it used to be affect, my surroundings. And so, went from there. So that's what I said. Anton was like, yo, bro, you're a beast what you're doing. Let's take this down to Miami. I got a lead that Joe Pope is down there. He's doing in Miami. No, before we say Miami, Gersh Park. This is how Gersh Park, shout out to Gersh Park. This is how Gersh Park became one of the best tournaments in Brooklyn. Hands down. There ain't nobody beating that. Zone 6, I see them over here. Zone 6 over here.
Zone 6, that's my people's. Yep.
So
all of them, all of them been on the show.
Yeah.
Already. Yep.
So this is when I told Fly Ty, I said, yo, Fly Ty, he was on the mic. I said, yo, I DJ. He like, bro, you play ball. I said, yo, stop. I'm telling y'all, keep on saying that. I know I play ball, but let me show you what I can do. So then it was like we had what's his name? I can't think of his name. So every time he laid the ball up, they used to call him Eddie Kane. Call him Eddie Kane.
Yes.
Heart is a house of love. You know what I mean? So I was just like, it was just like it was a vibe. I'm talking about back then we were staying at Gersh Park till almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Party. Right. It was a party. You know what I'm saying? So then the next year, the next following year, that's when Nike came and they saw this was we used to do Tournament of Champion. I'm DJing all these huge events. I mean, I'm in the Barclay. I'm here. I'm there. I'm just doing big parties now. So I'm like, yo, this is this is amazing. So that's when Anton like, look, you want to go to Miami? So me and Joe Pope went to Miami. And Miami Pro, as you know, back then it was
facts.
It was a different story. I mean, we had everybody from the whole head coach of Miami Heat. We had everybody you can think of. I know you've seen some of the videos with Miami Pro back in the days. It was just,
for sure.
Bananas down there. So we did our thing. 5-year run, and like I said, things change, people change. Money, things let people change people. So I like you said, I'm always be me. I'm always going to stay authentic. I'm not changing to who I am. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to let money change me. And I'm not going to let my environment change me. So around 2015, things was just going well. And then I was dating this girl. And she was like, why you keep on wearing other people's clothes? I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, because it's like, you're a DJ, you this, you do that, but you're always wearing somebody's clothes and promoting stuff. She's like, once you start promoting yourself and like that, I said, what? So I was like, I'm not putting no DJ Authorize on no hat. Like, nobody want to rock that. That's stupid. So I saw a card that says, I authorize this. I authorize you to dance. So I was like, I authorize this. So I talked to one of my hat guys. Shout out to 22X, like the one that does the hats for Carmelo Anthony and
Okay.
And this is how the hat got created. So, and this is how I authorize this. So when I put it on the hat, shout out to my guy Floyd, he was one of the ones that wore it. So it just kept on going and going and going and going, and then Authorize became a whole kind of empire type thing. You know what I mean? So it's just like I said, from basketball through music and through fashion. So it's those three things connect. And so after Miami Pro, I came back home, and at the time, I was still doing New York versus New York. And it wasn't as big as it was until really after the Pop Smoke situation. And to this day, I tell you, I am responsible for making that song "Welcome to the Party." Shit went viral. I don't know if you ever seen the video. You ever seen the video?
No.
like bananas. Like it went, when I mean viral, like it went, like people was just, so what happened was Cha-Ching was when he had the guy, he said he at Seton Hall now. He went from Syracuse to Seton Hall. What's his name?
For that with the South Shore.
Yes. I can't think of his name.
Oh my God. Hold on for a sec.
Yep, we're gonna have to figure his name out.
Hold on. I got you right now. I know exactly, it's killing me down, no, because I know him since he was a sophomore.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Kadari Richmond. Yeah, Kadari. Yeah.
So Kadari, I think it was tied up. It was like 90 something. When it was 70 something. I had Pop Smoke queued up, but I had another song that I was gonna play first before the Pop Smoke. I was like, I'm gonna get them going. I'm going like Brooklyn, and then I was gonna play Welcome to the Party. And when he said God bless, good night, I promise you, Coach, it was an accident. I'm telling people to this day, like, no way that was an accident. I said, yeah, because I went to go turn, and when I turned, I hit the crossover, the fader over to the side, and I pressed play. Like, I'm like, what the look? I was like, and it said, and as soon as the ball said God bless, good night, and it hit the back button and went in, the song came, boom. I'm talking about, when I mean goosebumps. I'm gonna show you right now, but it was like viral. Like,
was that in Gersh? Yes, New York versus New York. Yes.
That part went ape shit. Like, it was just crazy in there. And they're like, yo, bro, like, and then it's like, and then like I said, this New York just went from there. Shout out to Kev, shout out to Sadat, shout out to the whole Brit, like all these guys at Nike that took care of me. Also my manager, Kanan, Jasper, that made sure, I'm good everywhere I go. So it's like, that was like a whole nother level of felt like I've never felt that good, because I was just like, yo, like, my thing was to make other people feel good. But that time, that was like the way the crowd reacted to me. Like, they looked at me like, yo, Authorize, like, bro, like, that was something crazy. Like, to this day, I walk in the street and like, yo, you DJ Authorize. I'm like, yeah, how you doing? Like, like, you don't want that, what I mean? So it's like kind of make me like feel good about it. But when I saw it, like when it happened, bro, like, Coach, like, it was just a feeling that I've never felt before. I'm gonna show you right now. Here it comes. Hold on. It was just amazing. Like,
right now, too much room, game time. God bless, good night.
look.
Wow.
Look, I'm talking about, like, you feel it, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna send it to you. It
was so perfect.
So perfect. Like, it was the craziest thing ever. I just sent it to your DM, like the craziest thing ever. And I'm just like, wow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, wow. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, and it's like, to me, it was like, I just had to bring something different that the game didn't have, that when I was playing, I wish, because like, even I tell a lot of guys now, when we used to play for Riverside, like, some of the guys that play ball during the wintertime, we'll go to Canada, and we'll go to Toronto and play. So what I should do, I should make a little cassette tapes with all the top songs. And I'm talking about, while we warming up, people's like, yo, can you play that tape that you had the other day? I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, that tape that you was listening to when you was warming up. They took my tape and let it play the whole entire time. And then one of my boys like, yo, bro, you was a DJ back then and you even know it to this day. Like, it was destined for you to do what you're doing right now, because you knew the feel, like how the guys supposed to feel, what kind of music supposed to listen to, and everything like that. So it's just like, so it's just like, it's crazy how the world turns. You know what I mean? Like, you don't predict, like I used to tell every DJ, I don't want to be no damn DJ. Like, hell no, who want to DJ? Like, I didn't want to be a DJ. Like, I swear I didn't. But again, me playing the drums in church, me playing the keyboard in church, me, learning the, different, notes and stuff like that, beat counts and all that. This is how I became a DJ. Like, even my guy, DJ Floyd, he was a DJ. King Sleepy, he was a DJ. I'm not a DJ. I'm like, I used to look at them guys go crazy all the time. And it's like, they look at me like, yo, bro, me and you was here. Now you like all the way. I said, nah, we still here. We're still together. We still brothers. Like, it don't make, because I do this and that. That doesn't make me, that don't change me from who I am. You know what I mean? So
God has prepared you for this.
And I know something big is happening. Something big is going to happen. I just feel it, bro. I don't know what it is. I think it's because of this, what we're doing right now, and it's going to touch somebody. Somebody's going to reach out to somebody. It's going to reach out to somebody, and it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's definitely going to be big. And I'm an honest person. Like, if they want to do something like that, I'm like, yeah, you have to bring him along with me because he's the one that gave me the platform to perform for you to understand this. If you want to make it a documentary or whatever you want to do, I'd rather him interview me. You give him the questions, let him interview me. You know.
Yo, let me tell you, brother. Let me tell you, the fact that I see you, I'm all about supporting, right?
But even not to cut you up. When I said, yo, man, when you gonna put me on your show? I want to go on your show. Like, I watch your joint all the time. Like, I want to get on the show. I want to see it. You know what I mean? I got a story to tell. You know what I mean? So.
And listen, usually it goes like this, and I'll tell everybody right now. If I don't directly contact you, somebody have to knock you, right? But you bring something different. I didn't know that your backstory was all of this, right? What I try to do with the show, I try to make it a balance of the culture, right? Because everybody's not going to be the top player. I brought guys over here that got cut from their high school team all 4 years, but they was big in the streets and they was prominent throughout tournaments, right? Mm-hmm. People that did things after basketball that maybe their basketball career was cut short. It's still part of the basketball culture and the fabric of New York City. You are part of that fabric. You wrote yourself into history, right? So by you affecting me that day when I was in Rucker and I took that picture, I knew it was going to be soon that we was going to connect. Trust me, before you even said you wanted to be on the show, I already had you tapped to be on the show. I'm going to keep it a buck.
That's dope.
Once you said I play ball too, it was a wrap. It was just like, okay.
That's what I said. A lot of people don't understand. That's why they think it's just, I can get any DJ. I said, you can get DJ Clue, you can get DJ Envy. If they don't understand the game, when the up moments, when the down moments, when it's like you got to play this certain track, this certain song, this certain, you know what I mean? Like, if they don't understand that, because you have to play the game. You have to understand the game. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know, like when you're in the club, you got to know when to play Meek Mill's Dreaming Nightmares. You got to know when to play reggae and have the girls going crazy. You got to know when to hit them with them good R&B and some good soca. Like, you know what I mean? You got to know that. You know what I mean? Because you got to live and be in that. So you got to experience that. So it's just like, and that's why I tell people, it's like, it's you think it's easy? I said, if people think that it's so easy to do New York versus New York, I'll give you a job for the summer. I guarantee you'll get booed the first 2 games. People are like, where Authorize at? Because they so used to what I'm giving them. Like, they know that I'm bringing something different every time to the game. Like, if I'm in Queens, I'm giving you Queens music. If I'm in Harlem, I'm giving you Harlem music. If I'm in Brooklyn, I'm giving you all Brooklyn music. If I'm in West Bubblefuck, I'm giving you West Bubblefuck music. Like, because I'm gonna learn. Okay, if I've never been to Terrytown, I'm gonna see who the hottest artists they love in Terrytown. You know what I'm saying too? So it's just like, I'm gonna make sure that the people are happy at the end. They enjoying the game and they're loving the music at the same time. You know what I'm saying too? So like back then, it's like, we didn't have that. We just had guys, just dancing, doing all the, little hall, like Rucker Park. They started their little dance thing, but they were like, nah, I gotta bring it in the game while the game is going on. I gotta intertwine it. Like, so like, even when somebody gonna fight, I play them. The president of the Lord is here. You ain't gonna fight. If you fight the Jesus, like, you remember what I did in South Shore? I was like, boy, you fight the Jesus, there's something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, listen, if you fight the Jesus, we all gotta leave this guy. Let him be. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just know certain times, because also like I like to make jokes. I like to make people laugh. So it's like, you got to know the right time when to do it and when not to do it. And again, it goes the same way when I tell people, like, we'll tell kids to this day, like, no matter where you at, perform. I don't care if it's 2 people, it's 1,000 people. And I'm saying that to say this is because, like I said, it's a whole lot of gap. I'm coach. I'm missing so much stuff in between, like, because he's keep on writing stuff. And I'm like, damn.
This is not gonna be the last time.
No, of course not.
This is not gonna be the last time. We're gonna bring you on again, and we're gonna talk some more because I think you have so much to share, and there's so much stuff that you covered so much that I didn't really have to read the question. I go back to my questions. I go, damn, he did that. He just covered that. But I know there's a lot more to DJ Authorize.
Right, because like I said, when you say like when you talk to your kids today, you like, look, I don't care if you're in a classroom, I don't care what it is, you have to perform every time, every time. So one day I'm in Jersey, and one of my homeboys was like, yo, can you DJ this backyard party for me? I'm like, all right. You know, he would, because he didn't pay me what I wanted to be paid, but I was just like, I just did it because, you know, so at the time I'm DJing, Taj Gibson pulls up. I'm like, holy. So he's on the other side. I'm rocking out. He bring his whole party to my side. I'm talking about it's a huge party going on. Not knowing at the time, my homegirl Sadra, that she was one of the like marketing and for entertainment and everything. She was in there at the time. So I'm going crazy. So we walking back to the car, and the party's over, and she's like, yo, I ain't never danced like that for 6 hours of my life. Who the hell was that DJ? Da, da, da. So I introduced her myself, you know, hey, she's like, oh, I'm Sadra, I'm the Brooklyn Nets. I'm like, what? Like, okay. Like I took a card, and like literally like 2 weeks later, she called me. She's like, look, can you DJ this event at the Barclay for me? I'm like, okay, I guess. I'm talking about this is when the Russians was there. I killed it. The Russians came by me dancing, going crazy, and they were so happy. Like the other guy, Paul, my guy Paul from the Brooklyn Nets as well. He came to me. He's like, would you like to DJ during halftime and you know open up for the guys and you know DJ for the NBA players? I was like, coach. I said, man, Paul, I would love to do that. And that's how I became like one of the, you know, DJs for the Brooklyn Nets as well. So, you know, I kept on doing it. And today, I still work with them. You know, I still do like all the children events, kids events. You know, I just did a big event with the guy on the mic. Oh, we did a 3-point contest for the Nets where like they had kids shooting 3-point contest. And they said next year it's going to get bigger and bigger. And it's like, yo, you are DJ, because I had the sound effects. I had this, I had that. I had the right time. So when the girls are playing, I'm playing all the female kind of like, you know, instrumentals. When the boys are playing, I'm playing all the boys instrumental. Then I had the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, shoot. They're like, you know what I mean? So they look at me like this dude know he, you know what I mean? So I knew what I was doing. So it's just like, again, I just tell kids to this day, like now, a lot of people don't know, I am a middle school teacher, dean / substitute, you know, working in schools. And then like today, like even today, I was telling the kids like, look, you have to push every day. I said, I don't look like what I've been through. I told the kids my story to this, so all the kids look at me like, Mr. Castro, you've been through that? Yes, I have. I don't look like what I've been through. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to look like what you've been through. You don't have to be a statistic. You don't have to be the N-word. You don't have to be that stupid black kid. You know, you can be the smart kid that knows what you're doing. You know what I'm saying too? So it's like, so they even asked me, why you want to work here? You do all this stuff and you have all your own clothes. You have this and that. I said, it's not about that. It's about somebody gave me an opportunity and show me the light that, look, there's doors that can be open if you walk through them the right way and follow the guidelines and do what you're supposed to do. I said, this is why I'm here. I said, because somebody helped me out, somebody mentored me, and somebody said that it's possible. So I feel like it should be the same for y'all. That's why I'm here.
Yo, speaking of that, one of my teachers interviewed me for Black History Month, and the kids was asking that same questions, like, you've been here 22 years, why are you still here? You know, again, just like this, right? They see it, and it's inspiring to them to know that, you know, people like ourselves can do big things and still want to help children, right? Because they're the next generation, because somebody did help us. Speaking of that, my coworker,
Ash.
There you go. So I'm glad you brought up, because I was just gonna say my coworker. So she goes, were you at a game somewhere? I was like, this week, I was like, how you know? She was like, you know, my guy, whatever, he had his live on, and she saw his shirt.
Yeah.
She saw my hoodie, right?
Yeah, I was like, I made sure like you showed everybody that was in the crowd and stuff.
So once they see the official New York City basketball, she was like, I knew that you was right there. And, you know, we started kicking it, whatever. I told her you was going to be on the show. So this is all dope, man, because listen, you never know. And when you talk about performing and showing up, you never know who's watching you. Right. You know, I don't do this for clout. I don't do this for views, right?
Yeah, that's why
it have to be authentic. So when I walk around the city and I get love from guys like you or the regular person who do the 9 to 5, and they stop me and they go, basketball heads, man, I love what you're doing. It's just about being authentic and giving back to the city that gave so much to me.
Mm-hmm. No, like I said, I commend you, man. Because like I said, even though, like I said before, I got to really know who you were. It's like yo, I kept on seeing it. Like, you know, I didn't, because I saw you on my timeline. Like, I guess because you like whoever you follow. I'm like, let me just follow. You know what I mean? Because I'm a type of person. I don't care. Like, I show everybody love. You know, I got a followers, but it's like I don't believe in Instagram. Don't make me. I am who I am. I'm true. This is who I am every day. Like, you know what I mean? So when I saw it, I was like, no, he's doing the you know, he's doing what he's supposed to do. Like, he's showing, exposing these kids, showing these kids like, yo, like, you know, he's a good kid. He's this, you know, you at all the games, and it's like, and sometimes you at almost every game, just like Dave, like, you know, y'all almost at every game. I'm like, I ain't make it to almost every game every day. Like, even yesterday, you was just at South shook me at Jeff, you know, doing what you was doing. You know what I mean? So I just like, and I commend you for that. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I'm proud of you. You doing how I do it through music and education. You're doing the same thing through education and just put people on the platform to, again, you know, tell their story. Like, you know, you had, like you said, you had Barbito, you had all these guys that was on here, you know, Gary Irvin. I played against all these guys. It's all my guys, you know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, it's just, I commend you for that. Like, and you know, you got to get your flowers too, you know what I mean, for even giving me this opportunity to even be able to tell my story. You know what I mean? Like I tell people, I got a story to tell, you know, and just like, this is how my biggie, that's why this would inspire me.
Yeah, tell me your big story, man. Tell me your big story. Let's share some big stories.
My big story is this. So, remember the Wiz and the Beats back in downtown Brooklyn?
Yep. Yeah, facts.
So I used to always go down the stairs. So my mom's like so churchy. She's like, oh, we can't listen to this worldly music. I'm like, man, listen here, look. This is what I like to listen to. Like, you know, I didn't know about too much church music back then. And like I said, I lost my phone one day. And I put it on Facebook, and my dad and this dude, like my guy Sean, he hit me up. He's like, "Yo, somebody called you and said that your uncle is looking for you." I said, "My uncle? You know, who my uncle?" I'm like, "Aaron." They're like, "No." He said something else. He's like, "Caesar." I'm like, "I don't know, damn uncle named Caesar. I don't know no damn uncle named Caesar." He said, "He know your father." He said, "He's your father's brother." I'm like, "Huh?" He's like, "Yeah, he's your father's brother. His name is Coke." I looked back. I was like, "Hold it." So literally within that, me put my phone number, 2 weeks later, I met my whole entire family, bro. My real family. So, you know, my dad was so nervous to meet me because he didn't see me since I was like 6 years old. At the time, I turned like 20. I was 28, 29 at the time. And so, you know, I got to my dad, talked to him, you know, I know, you know, drugs and the streets got to him. And I was like, you know, I just told him, like, look, I'm good, Dad. You know, you have nothing to worry about. I like, just continue to be in my life. I'm not gonna hold no grudges against you. You know, you're a man. You made the decisions.
That's dope.
You gotta live with it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I hold no grudges. I still love you, no matter what. You know, like I said, if God could forgive me for all the shit that I've done, who am I to judge anybody? You know what I'm saying to you? And I always tell people, like, why are you cursing? Why you do? I said, because I'm Jesus' street disciple. That's why I can be. I gotta give you a little space to do what I do. You know what I'm saying to you?
That's right.
So, so my dad was telling me, he's like, yeah, when you used to run away from me, because I never could find you, you used to always go around the corner on Bedford and Stuyvesant. I said, doing what? He said, you was that little kid on the corner when Biggie used to rap on the corner.
Wow.
At 5 years old. I love music way back when. That's the only thing that kept me calm. Like music or hot chocolate or warm milk. You know, warm milk back in the day was the best thing ever. You know, put the warm milk in the pot, a little stir, little bubbles pop out there. You know the milk is good. So then as I got older, I kept on hearing his voice. So then, like I said, 13 at the time, that's when he dropped Ready to Die out. And it was a verse and he's like, things done change. Fact. And that's why I had it as my instrumental for our thing. You know what I mean? Because it was like, that was like, things is going to change and things have done change. And it was like, he said, your mom's calling the city for help because you can't maintain. Damn shit done change. So what I mean by that is because my mom used to always call the boys, always call a pen petition. Like, you know, I'm like, yo, that's not going to change me. You calling the cops and doing all this other stuff. And it's like, and it was just like everything that he's done. Like I said, when he said sing a crack or have a wicked jump shot, it's like I took what he said and I know what he meant because, again, he didn't want to live that life. He didn't want to be there, but he grew up in it. So he's just telling you a story about the life that he lived in. You know what I mean? So it's like, how can I take what he's taking and turn it into a positive? And like I said, instead of me, I could have sold crack and been in the street. I could have been in Tillery and I could have been in Tilden and and stuff, folks. And I could have been all these Brownsville projects and doing everything that was wrong. But no, I chose to pick up a basketball and, you know, change my life. And that's what kind of like helped me. So my mom used to take my tapes, crack them. I was like, all right, lady. So back in the days, you know, the boosters. So we used to get the little thing, pop, go down there to the beach. I'm talking about I still like 4 or 5 tapes at the time. So she breaks it. I look down the hall, poof, pop another one. She like, oh, you got another one? Pop, poof, pop another one. After a while, she started, I like, let me keep at least my last 2 so she don't pop all of them. And then like to get into stuff, I was like, yeah, you calling City for help because you can't maintain. Damn shit done changed, huh? Like, yo, she's like, yo, get out my house. Get out my house. Yo, I was a black Dennis the Menace. You understand me? I was a terror, like Chucky, Dennis the Menace. I was all those little badass little toys in one. Like I was just, but again, it was just like a lot of anger that I didn't know, you know, that the compassion and the love that she had for me and wanted me to do better. Because again, it's like every home that I was in, it was different. Like, you know what I mean? Some home let you do whatever, this home let you do whatever, this home let you do whatever. So it's just like everything was different. And when I finally understood it, like I said, it was like after the death of my sister, it was just like, all right, I got to change my life. You know what I mean? It's like I could head to death row, or I can just, or be successful, or have, like I said, or have something to, you know, have something to talk about. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much.
So, you know, I didn't discover this until I really started scrolling through your Instagram.
You do your homework. I'm like, you was telling some of my accolades. I'm like, yo, how you know that? How you know that? I don't give you bits and pieces, but you was research.
Listen, and I tell people, because sometimes people be saying, you know,
I did this, I did that,
you didn't. No, but a lot of times I get accused from not liking people pictures, and I tell people, I am a poster. Like I am a poster. I don't have time to scroll. So if I'm on my phone, I just got to finish editing something and I'm putting something up, because I think content is king, right? We have content out there, and I just try to beat the algorithm. I've been doing this for 2 years, so it's been going great. But scrolling through your page and seeing a glimpse of the life that you live, and see that you're trying to catch my guy, DJ Clark Kent, who's my guy. I've been playing against Clark.
My brother.
I've been playing against Clark Kent, brother, when I was younger. So Clark Kent know me from the ball playing days, but everybody know him as a legendary DJ, but also a legendary sneaker aficionado. How did you get into the sneaker game?
My mom's not buying me sneakers back in the days, because back then, you know, we had Etonics. It was like, I think at the time it was like $45, $50. My mom was like, I'm not buying no $50 sneakers. You crazy? You better go to the discount store and buy some One East or the little the retarded straps and stuff like that. Buy those, you know. And then like back then, you know, I was like, we used to, you know, I was so athletic. Again, with like I would go to the projects, to Howard projects. It was I went to the back of the dumpsters, and we got all the mats, the mattresses. Remember how I used to flip on the mattresses? Facts. I'm flipping. I flipped so hard, my whole foot came out the sneaker. I said, Ma, these sneakers are $7.99. Like, yo, look, like, and it got kids laughing at me, and it's like I gotta fight every day because, you know, people teasing me, like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, so my older brother was like, Ma, all right, enough is enough. Give him some sneakers. This at the time with the Reebok pumps came out. Well, you know what I mean? Mine had a little Showtime on top of it. So it's just like, I never got the sneakers that I always wanted. Like when the Jordans, I did a Jordan that first came out. Where he at? My favorite ones. When these Jordans first came out. Remember them?
Wow, yeah.
First came out. My homeboy got them. It was $109 at the time. These were the first $100 sneakers ever that ever came out for $109. So I'm like, Ma, can I get those? She's like, hell no, you ain't. She's like, boy, you got money? I was like, you got a job? I'm like, wait till I get a job. Wait till I get some money. It's over. So then, back then, it was like I was kind of handsome. I had girls that had bread. Look, I'm an honest dude. So I have girls that buy me sneakers. So I used to always collect them. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to cherish them because I never had it. So it's like, this is how this whole retarded, I don't know if people can see it, but that's how the whole retarded collection came about. And I got 11-foot ceiling, so you can see how tall I am. And look, I still can't even reach the top. So it's like it goes all the way up. So
And
like,
just imagine you can buy them, or when the sneaker companies come to town, they go, "What's your size, fam?"
not even that. It's honestly thanks to Nike. A lot of this stuff, I get about 13, 14 pairs a summer. Nike, don't stop giving my stuff either, all right? So I get about 14, I get like 14, 15 pairs a summer. And, you know, and like early releases, I got a lot of people that calls me like, yo, these came out, like, yo, can you rock them? Because like the way I rock it with my, you know, you see some of my reels that, you know, I just do funny stuff with it. And, you know, so it's just like, I kind of like promote it. And it's like, this became a habit with me now. So like big girls that come to my house, like, how can you're not gonna move. How are we gonna live with each other? You ain't got no room. You need a room for these sneakers by yourself. I'm like, pretty much, right? So that's how I became a sneakerhead, because I never had it. So it's just like I said, when I get older, I'm gonna earn it and I can be able to pay for it. And it's like sometimes I look back like, yo, look, I remember I had no pair of sneakers. Now I'm giving away sneakers. I've gave away literally like about 10 construction bags. Like I'm talking about construction bags of sneakers, like kids that less fortunate. And shout out to Nike once again. Like the kids that I'm at 394. None of your business. I ain't telling you my size.
Look, you see that? You see that?
So the kids at the school, I made 2 calls. I called Nike. I said, look, these kids don't have no. Shout out to my guy, Coach Ali too. I said, you know, the kids don't have no sneakers. Is it possible to send me some uniform? It's like, Authorize, I got you. You never asked for nothing. Gave the kid free sneakers. And shout out to Tom, Dick, and Harry's. With Clark.
Oh, legendary! I already know about Tom, Dick, and Harry's.
So I called my guy Mark from Tom, Dick, and Harry's. I said, yo, Mark, Tony, like, bro, I'm dealing with some kids that less fortunate. Is it possible to get them some sneakers? He gave me 15 pairs of sneakers. All of the he gave me the Pippins. Gave kids 15 pairs of sneakers for free. He said, Authorize, you always support me. Here, gave it to me for free. And gave it to the kids, and the kids just like, you know, lost their mind. And I'm like, yo, they're like, oh, thank you. I'm like, don't thank me. Be grateful. You know what I'm saying to you? You ain't got to be thanking me. Just be grateful. You know what I'm saying to you? Because again, I can let you play it, and some of them kids don't even have good sneakers. They wear the sneakers outside, inside, every day, and that's their basketball. That's their everyday sneakers. So I just like, like I said, people looked out for me. So I was like, it's only right that I give back to them.
When it's all said and done, right? What you want your legacy to be?
That I authorized it the best way that I know how. You know what I mean? It's like I didn't let nobody dictate me to do this or do that or be different or try to, you know, be cool. And it's just I just authorized it the way I wanted to. You know what I mean? Because that's the whole purpose of it. Like I said, like how you doing now, you authorizing this platform for me. You know what I'm saying too? And I'm authorizing it to be a spokesman for someone else that may be going through something right now. Adult, kids, whoever that's going through something. Like you said, I never know you've been through all that, but now it's like it could be inspiring to someone else. You know what I mean? So it's like at the end of the day, if you authorize it, nobody else will. As you can tell how the world's going on today and all the nonsense and all the craziness is going on. And I'm 42. Ain't too many people live to see 42, and then people don't even think I'm 42. I was like, yeah, because I don't live like I'm old. I'm living like I'm young. I'm living every day. I'm happy every day. There's nothing that's stressing me. I have no kids, have no wife, I got no girls. I'm like, I'm enjoying everything I'm supposed to do. And people don't understand about life. That's what you're supposed to enjoy. That because, you know, he got married or he has a baby. No, that's not for everybody. My thing was my babies are the kids at school. You know, they need a father figure. You know, they don't have father figures. You know what I'm saying to you? Like
you sound like me, fam.
Listen, because we know what we deal with every day, bro.
Not married, don't have any kids. I told you I took care of all my sister kids, all 3 of them. Right. They're all grown right now. But everybody not supposed to do the same thing.
Right.
And I think sometimes people are not living life. Yep. They living other people's lives.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? So, man, the fact that you're on here right now and giving a glimpse of your story, I'm telling you, brother, sit with your manager and let him know.
He's knocking me in my head now. Like, I told you, do this damn documentary. Do the documentary. Do the documentary.
You need to do that, and you need to.
Do it, but I need you. I need you on there. Like, I want you.
Listen. Let me tell you something.
I need you to narrate it. I need you to do all that. You know what I mean? I want you.
Anything you need me to do, fam, I'm in.
I got you, bro.
Call me. You know what I'm saying? Any event you need me to cover, whatever you need me to post something, it's all love, man. You part of the community, you part of the brotherhood, so it's all love. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. It means a lot, man.
No doubt, no doubt. If you could change one thing about your journey, what would it be?
My attitude. I think I'll still be playing. I would be playing the lead right now. The way the shit going right now, I would be playing the lead right now. Like literally, I could still play now, but it's like I would be playing literally like right now. I just wish that I had a better attitude and better. I made better decisions. You know what I'm saying? Too, like I'm like, yeah, you know, when you think you know it all and you think you just, you know, it don't get you nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn the hard way. You know, being locked up, you know, going to jail, and you know, it happened. You know what I mean? Being on probation, and again, at the end of the day, it's like that still didn't deter me from being what I want to be. I'm still I work for the DOE, being locked up, having felony charges, and having all this stuff on my record. It didn't deter me, because again, I was like, that's not who I am. That don't define me as a person. You know what I'm saying too? So it's like, had to stamp, sign, and seal it and authorize it. Like, look, this is who I am. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I made dumb mistakes. We all made dumb mistakes. But everybody's mistake is not on Front Street either. You know what I'm saying too? White America. But it's not on Front Street. You know what I'm saying too? So it's like even like that thing on the Instagram that you see the other day, it says NBA players, NFL players. They thinking like, oh, it's NBA, it's NFL. No, it's your Congress. You feel me? So it's like, it's not only us minorities doing this, it's everyone. Everybody has flaws. You know what I mean? Nobody on this earth perfect. Ain't nobody Jesus. So it's like you have to, you know, just do what you have to do in the right way, in the right and longevity on life. You know what I'm saying? To just treat everybody with respect. You know, and I can tell my kids, I call them yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Like, why are you calling me? I'm only 10 years old. I'm like, I don't care. This is what you need to be called. King, queen, princess. You know, prince. Like, you know what I mean? That's what y'all are. Y'all not Negroes and itches and, you know, and all the other stuff. That's not y'all. You know what I mean? That's the statistics. You know what I'm saying too? So I like change that mentality, and then you could be different. You know what I mean? So like, even like I wear my clothes today, every day at school, the kids like, how can I get that? I want that. I want to be authorized. I want to be that. I said, you can be authorized. I said, go to school every day. You'll be authorized. I said, if y'all do this from now to the end of the school year, I'll hook all of y'all up with whatever y'all want. They're like, for real? I was like, yes, I'm for real. So, you know, just that's my main thing. If I had a better attitude, it'd have been. But again, and I'm gonna say like this. Some people say I wish I never changed it, but I'm happy exactly how my life ended. Because I think if it was something different, or
well, it didn't end because it's still going. Let's put that out there. Right?
Yes, yeah, right. Like if it wouldn't be like if I say it was if I had my mom and my father, like my mom and my dad, it probably wouldn't have been this way. Because again, I probably got in the game with them because my mom used to work for Frank Lucas. So like I probably got in the drug game, probably been a kingpin. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it'd have been like all in a bad place. So it's just like the way my life was the way God wanted me to be. My strength, my courage, my fearlessness of all that I go through is just, it came through everything that I went through. You know what I'm saying too? So it's just like, and it's like I just feel like I wouldn't bring a kid on this earth, or I wouldn't want to be with a woman if I'm not ready, or I'm not, you know what I mean, if I'm not mentally stable and all this other stuff. So it's like I don't want to, you know, bring that on nobody else, you know. So I'm happy the way my life and like going, and the way that I lived it and continue to live it.
No doubt, brother.
Well, and this is one of my favorite quotes. I always say to people.
Go ahead.
My grandma always told me, "Good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better, and your better is the
best."
That's right. That was her favorite quote to me every time. She's like, "Son, I don't care what nobody say. Just keep on pushing, keep on." But when everybody doubted me, she's like, "You're gonna make it. You're gonna do it." And you know, she passed away 2 years ago because of COVID, but she died on Jesus' birthday, and she was 98 years old. She died on Jesus' birthday. She told me, she's like, "I'm gonna die on Jesus' birthday," and she used to tell us way back. She was like, "Lady, be quiet," and she really died on Jesus' birthday. So it's just like, you know, it's like, and that faith that she has, she said, if your faith is the size of a mustard grain seed, your life is going to go going, like longevity. So he said, just believe. And it's like times, I tell you, coach, like it was times that I had maybe negative 200 in my account. You know what I'm saying too? And it was just like, I didn't panic. I didn't rob. I didn't kill. I didn't do, you know, those thoughts came in my mind, like to go back to the old me. And I'm just like, and it's like days, God just boom, boom, boom. Like even this summer, I was like, I ain't gonna hold you. I made somebody literally like, let me say a teacher's salary in 2 months. this summer. Okay, so thanks to my manager. But again, it's just like, it's like I worked there. Like, you know, Mike, these guys, Mike from Game 7, like, you know, all these guys that gave me the opportunity that believed in me, and I proved them right, and I proved them right, and I proved them right. And they like, you know, that I elevated their job. I said, no, you elevated my job. I'm not even playing from Foot Locker, you know. I'm just doing all things that I didn't even imagine that it was even possible. You know what I'm saying? So then having all these tattoos and, you know what I mean? It just kind of like, it didn't fear nobody. People understood it, like, it's all music. And it's like, this is who I am. I love art. I love music. I love fashion. So it's like, it all blended in, you know? And like, you know, you was talking about Clark Kent earlier. So Kenneth Fennell, he introduced me to him at the time we was at, when the Jordan, remember they had the Jordan Classic across the street at the Barclay at the time.
Yeah.
And Game 7 was across the street. So I'm DJing. I'm going crazy. This guy come up to me, Clark Kent. Yo, I don't care what you say. He said, don't you ever in your life open up for me like that ever in your life again. And I looked at him like, he said, no. Boy, you a problem. And I looked at him, and then they're like, do you know who that is? I'm like, I kind of do. I heard the name. Like, bro, that's the Biggie. When he said Biggie and Jay-Z, I was like, I love him. I don't care. Clark Kent is my brother. I love him to death. Like,
but he's so humble. Clark is so humble, so down to earth. He don't come across like that at all.
He invited me to his house. Listen, invited me, a stranger. He don't know me from a hole in the wall. Invited me to his house, sat on his couch while he was getting his house done, sat on his couch and gave me advice after advice, after advice, after advice. I'm like, bro, like, who in their right mind would do that? Nobody. But he did. You know what I mean? That's why I commend him to this day. Like every time we see each other, he always say, I love you, bro. I love you. You know, like, it's always love between me and Clark Kent. And it's like, and it's because it's through music. You know what I mean? And the whole thing that he was going through, I reach out to him. I check on him. I'm like, yo, bro, you good? You know, I know you're going through stuff. He's like, yo, man, I appreciate it. He said, I love you. He said, I love you. You know, peace to the gods. You know how you talk. You know, there's always, always love. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, it was just amazing. Like, and again, because of basketball, because of music, it all connects at the same time. So that's life after basketball and life still going after music.
Oh no. We definitely gonna do this again, fam. But before we do that, we gotta get into our top five. Okay, you know that's the hardest part of the show, fam. Salute to your guy Jake. He in the back of us. Jake Edwards, my guy.
Shout out to Jake.
Yeah. Who was the top 5 guys you played against? Only 5. Can't bring nobody off the bench.
Number 1, Omar Cook, Andre Barrett, Talik Brown, Lenny Cook, and oh man, Jesus. Damn, I played against so many guys. It's so crazy. That's why I'm just like, who's gonna be my 5th one? And I say I'll say G Irv. I'll give it to G Irv.
Definitely. That's definitely. Kenneth Fennell said Kenneth Fennell.
I bust his ass all the time. He know better. He don't come through there runs no more. He don't want to get cooked no more. He don't come through there.
All right, top 5 guys you played with.
I played with?
Yes.
We can say again, Omar, Talik, Andre, damn, I played, you know, what's his name? Why can't I think his name? Julius Hodges.
Oh, Julius Hodges, yes.
And Adrian Walton, A
Butter, no doubt.
Oh, my fault. No. I'm gonna take Andre Barrett out, and I'm gonna say Smush Parker.
Okay. Smush gonna be on the show soon.
When I played with Smush, he was in a Nautica commercial back in the day. Remember, he was in a Nautica magazine with
yeah.
Like back then, he was like when he came to and this Floyd say me, because it's like when I saw him, he was like the Grand, at the time I was calling him the Grand Reaper up at West 4th. And this dude, this is before the Lakers, this is before NBA.
I remember that.
This is before Fordham. He was like this something different, like 6'4", handle, smart, IQ on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying too? So it's just like, and I told him, I said, bro, you're gonna make it to the NBA. He's like, man, I hope. And I'm telling you, me and Smush to this day, we still tight like this. You know what I mean? And it's like he taught me a lot of things too, like taught me about the game, and we talk like, to this day, like I call him easily and we'll talk. So it's just like he's one of those guys that I said that top 5 that I played with. And plus, he played with Kobe, so you can't even. There's nobody beating that. So it's like nobody in our hood could ever say I played with Kobe ever. You know what I'm saying? And he was making noise for them 2 years in the NBA. So he's like, those are my top 5.
Salute to Smush. Salute to Smush.
Shoot, he on my damn timeline right now. What else, Smush? That's crazy. We're talking about him just now, yo.
So I said you never know who watching you, right?
I didn't know he was on there, yo.
Top 5 players in New York City history, from your perspective. Not mine's. From your perspective, top 5 all time. From your perspective,
in New York City, from any era.
Anybody you want to name.
One, I can't. Me, because I'm a dunker. Earl Manigault.
Got you.
Earl of Pearl.
Now, you talking about Pearl Washington.
Pearl Washington, yeah. I mean,
yes, Pearl Washington. Pearl Washington, yes. Earl of Pearl from Baltimore, yes.
Yeah, Pearl Washington.
Pearl Washington, yeah. From Brownsville. From
Browns, right.
That's right.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Right.
So, Jesus, that's 3. I got 3 more to go. Ooh, Kenny Smith.
You said
Kenny
that's
Anderson.
3. That's 3. Kenny Anderson. That's 3. Because you said Manigault, Pearl, Kenny Anderson.
And it's because I'm a dunker, so I'm just gonna say helicopter. Like
okay,
these guys, like and Joe Hammond, like those are guys that's like these dudes was just different. Like, you know what I mean? Just watching they highlight from back in the days, I like, you know what I mean? Like I wish I could have like really experienced that thing. Like I watch Rebound to this day faithfully because I just love Earl Manigault. Like, and again, it's like if I didn't listen to Biggie about the drugs, that could have been me. Like I could have been on that other side where Earl Manigault was. Like, you know what I mean? His legs was his most powerful thing ever. And I met him before I passed away. And he's like, we talked there and it's like, his spirit stood with me the whole entire time. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, and he's about almost the same height as me. And this dude was touching the top of the backboard, like kind of stuff. Like, you know what I mean? It was like so inspirational. You know what I mean? Like even Barbito, like he said, he used to play at the GOAT Park all the time. You know what I mean? So it's just like, those are guys that like I kind of looked up because I was a dunker. So I was just like, those are my favorite. Because I didn't really dribble and, do what I said again. I did things different. Like, you know what I mean? Like being a DJ is like how can you change the game? I give you sound effects. I do this. I do that. Everybody from New York City knew it was known as what? A ball handler. Oh, the and one mix all this up. Me, I shot jump shots and I dunked on you. It was either or you're gonna get. So it was like one or the other. So it's like I just
worked hard. You hustled, right? You was doing the things that other people were scared to do. And listen, to get recognized by an NBA head coach because of your work ethic and hustle and your grit, that's saying something about you, bro.
Appreciate you. Now, somebody over here talking about, no, Pee Wee, because Pee Wee was more of a handler. Like, he did. I'm telling you guys, I was a dunker. So it's like, I didn't care about the ball handling thing. But I saw somebody get dunked on and get their light shot out. I was like, well, I like him. That's my kind of guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was a Sam Perkins fan. Like, you know what I mean? He just sat in that corner with that left hand and Chris Mullin, these guys, I look, Mark Jackson, like, you know what I mean? They did things differently than, like what I, like never seen before. I'm like, yo, these guys are different. These guys over here talking trash on my thing over here. That's why I had to answer these guys over here.
Listen. I have someone I want to put you on to.
Okay.
His name is Ashton Reynolds. In Brevoort, we call him Takeoff, right? He played for Transit Tech.
He's a dunker. He sounds like a dunker. He's taking my Takeoff.
I'm going to send you a video of him. He done went viral already. Jeff held him to 2 dunks. He averaged about 5 or 6 dunks a game. And I'm not talking about on a fast break.
On people.
He went through the whole Jeff team yesterday, flustered with 2 hands. Like he do it in traffic, in the offense. He's like 6'4". He's the best dunker in New York City. And he's only a junior.
Wow. You vouching for that. I would love to see. I definitely got to see him. I hope is he going to play New York versus New York? Because if not, I'll get him on one of them teams, on Brooklyn teams real quick.
He should. Listen, he is Showtime beyond Showtime. This kid is the real deal. And he had about 5 threes against Jeff.
Wow.
Jeff just wore him down. You know, Connor had 32. My little cousin,
so he had
Man had 23. Big Ant had 20. You know, Poppy had 17. It was just too much for them. But this kid is the real deal. You would love this kid.
Okay. I definitely would want to talk to him. Yeah, that's dope, man.
I'm gonna send it to you as soon as my phone get charged up.
Okay.
His name is Alston Reynolds.
Ashton Reynolds.
Best, brother.
Dope, man. That's dope, man. Shout out to Ashton Reynolds, man. Do your thing, man. Keep on, man. Don't stop. Don't stop. For real. And you say you go to Transit?
He go to Transit Tech.
Oh, okay.
He go to they're in the A division. They should be competing against
Yo, somebody just said, nah, I saw his clip like 2-3 days ago. Son dunked like a pro. Everybody on my timeline saying that right now. Yo, they going crazy. I'm
telling you. Listen, if they ain't the real deal, I ain't gonna be talking about him. Trust me, he's definitely the real deal.
I gotta check him out there, man. Definitely, man. That's dope, man. That's what I told me. I'm the type of person like I like that nitty gritty type guys. You know what I mean? Like I was like a Nick Van Exel kind of fan. I love people like that, Eddie Jones, and you know guys that just went after it. Like they didn't have to. It wasn't too flashy. It wasn't too. You know, I love Iverson. I love those, but I love the guys that just got to it. You know what I'm saying? Like the Larry Hughes, like those guys. Just like you know what I mean? Just got to it. Like it was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like you know the Kenny Walkers, like. You know, back in the day, you know, Knicks with the high flat top, used to dunk on the Knicks and all the time. But then that's when I met Jordan in '85. I was like, I'm a Jordan fan. Yeah. I became a Bulls fan all my life.
Yo, we got so much in common, fan. Same thing.
Yeah, I'm a Bulls. This is why I got like, and this is another thing. Like my mom's never got me to Jordan, so I'm like, I'm a Bulls fan. Anything that Jordan come out, I love Jordan. You know what I mean? So Jordan's my guy, though. Yeah,
well, listen, brother.
I appreciate you, man.
We can stay on here for another 2 hours.
2 hours, right? We can talk, man.
But I definitely, man. Listen, I just want to say this, man, and it's I'm speaking from my heart, brother. You're definitely an inspiration.
Thank you
for the things that I heard, and I know sometimes the Most High put us through things so we can learn these lessons in life, so we can become better people, right? And you became that. Some real tragic things happen in your life, some real amazing things happen in your life, and it keeps getting better, right? From all the negative things that you experience to all the positive things that you're going to keep experiencing in your life and the road that you're on. I just want to say thank you, brother. I'm glad that I know you, glad to call you a brother right now, and just let you know that you are the #1 DJ for basketball and one of the top DJs in the city, period, brother, in New York City, man. So keep doing your thing.
You want to say hello to y'all? Like, go ahead, say hello.
Go ahead. Bring the king up. Bring the king up.
Yeah, come on. Y'all don't lick me in my mouth, though. Come on, man. Say hello. That's my boy right here. Like, this is my boys right here. Like, you just want to be nosy. Say hello.
So listen. This is what I'm going to do for you, right? I have an artist. Because he's like backed up with pictures right now. Okay. If you seen Gary Irvin pictures,
oh yes, your artists do that. Yeah,
my artist. I have an artist that come with that. He usually is back of me drawing, but he lives in Jersey now. So what I do, I send him pictures, and trust me. Look, hold on.
Stop, Papa. Sit.
It's a whole bunch that I have, but I just want to grab this one because it kind of matches my shirt that I have on. I gotta go to LIU and give this.
That's that old like shading and fading. Yes.
Like this is Mo Hicks.
Yeah, I see
legendary.
That's
right.
Tough,
now he's down with Ron Strickland.
Yeah, that's tough. That's definitely tough.
And he played ball as well at Loyola.
Yeah, that's a lawyer. So I see it. That's tough.
He has, he adds all that to that. So I'm gonna make sure you send me the pictures that you want.
I got you.
And I'll send it to him, and we'll make that happen.
No, definitely, I appreciate that, man. Definitely, and like I tell you, and you just came out with a new shirt. You know why? I'm gonna say. You see how the A logo is? You see, they got the A logo.
Facts.
It's gonna say inspiration, but with the A logo in the brand. I'm gonna make sure me and you get one.
I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that.
You know, when you said that's an inspiration, I said, got an A in it. So I was like, you know what?
Facts. Listen, we're going to do a fair exchange, brother. You know what I'm saying? For sure. It's only right. It's only right. And I want to, you know, we're going to talk off here because I like that shirt. And I could tell that it's a crazy nice fabric that I need to get.
I got you. I told you I definitely got you one. You ain't got to worry about that. I got you. You got my word on that. I got you.
All right, brother.
Hoodie or crew neck, let me know. And I give you the hat to match. But see, I'm going to show you something different, though. Look. I don't know if you can see the back.
Yeah.
From Brooklyn to the Hall of Fame, you know? So
no, brother, we are the same. Look, I'm telling you. Look. Mine's have, you know what it is, right? The slogan.
Yeah, the official, yeah. I got you.
We all represent the city, man. We all we got, brother. So let's get out of here. And I'm about to do my outro, and we got each other's numbers. I'm gonna definitely call you tomorrow. We holler.
Yep.
All right.
I appreciate you again, man. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, whoever y'all, make sure y'all follow Basketball Heads Live.
Subscribe.
Yeah, make sure you support, man, because without him, it won't be none of this going on. Got him. Make sure y'all subscribe, all right?
Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you, man.
No doubt.
Yes, sir.
Listen, you never know what cards life gonna deal you, right? Some of us get a full deck. Some of us get a half a deck. Some of us get no cards at all. But yet we gotta play our hand. I hope you kids and even you adults out there was inspired by tonight's show. Whatever you're going through, just know you can get through it. You just got to keep pushing. My guy, he didn't give up. He didn't go to the dark side, even though he was in many dark places. But he survived. And he keeps the glow of God alive inside of him. And that glow is shining bright. And it's over New York City like the sun. Because like in my old rhyming days, he shone like one. But I just want to say this. Keep pushing no matter what you're going through. Never give up, because you never know what life holds for you. Hope he was an inspiration to you, because he definitely was an inspiration to me. I'm about to get out of here. I'm your host, Glenn Pooh Harding, and you've been watching Basketball Heads Live, the podcast on NYC Basketball Network. We are the official home for New York basketball. Peace.